Okay, welcome to the first ever Foers Podcast. My name is Preston. We are here today with Alex and Adam. We are here to just talk about whatever we feel like and just trying to entertain y'all. Just having some debates and some topics about anything that's going on in the world.
Yes, sir. Like he said, my name is Alex. I'm from the DFW area. That's where we're all from.
Yes, sir.
Sports-wise, which we will get into, we're big sports fans. So if you don't like sports, you probably won't like
What we're talking about.
half of the sections of this podcast.
It's basically going to be more of a sports show. We're going to talk about opinions and arguments and stuff. We'll get into some juicy stuff.
A little bit of everything.
We'll talk about more like pop culture kind of stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so
A bit of mix of everything.
Yeah, introducing my sports background, first of all. I am 100% a Dallas sports fan, so anything to do with Dallas sports, you name it, Mavs, Cowboys, Stars, fucking FC Dallas, I'll be there for it. Oh, this mic is about to fall.
You can fix it.
You got it, bro.
Come on, man.
Yeah, fuck.
It's all right.
All right, I got it. Someone else talk. Hold on.
All right, I'll just introduce myself. I'm Adam. I'm from the Dallas area too. I support all Dallas teams. I'm a basketball fan. That's the sport I know most about. That's the sport I play a lot. I'm big into music. Hit me on Spotify, Adam W34.
Yes, sir. This man's fire playlist.
You guys can be the judge of that. But I enjoy making playlists. It's one of my pastimes, one of my hobbies.
I think Adam is one of the people that, like, if you ever like show him a song and he like enjoys it and like adds it to his playlist, like it's like makes your day. Because he like
100%.
The amount of times he's shown me a song that is like a song that I add to my playlist. And then like one time I think it was LA Don't Look Good on You by Austin. And I was like, that was like one of like the best moments because Adam's like, dang, this song's fire.
Yeah, I remember that. I still listen to that song.
Yes, sir.
Too.
That song is fire. Shout out Austin on TikTok.
100%. Yeah, so we could talk about music on this podcast too. That'll be fun.
We need to do like reviews and stuff.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Tier lists. I want to do some tier lists.
Later on in this podcast, maybe we'll get on.
Stay tuned for that. We're gonna do some fun tier lists and some reactions to music and stuff.
Yeah, 100%. I think that later on we'll talk about the new Brockhampton album that just dropped last week.
Yeah.
I thought it was personally amazing. We'll talk about that later though. So, but going back to my sports background, Dallas sports fan, diehard Cowboys fan. Wasn't watching at the end of last year just because wasn't very interested in football at that point. But big time basketball fan, big LeBron fan too. I'm probably the biggest LeBron fanboy maybe of all time. I'm not sure if there's someone who likes LeBron as much as me. But we'll see if anybody.
I mean, I get the hype. I get that why you like him so much, but like, I think he's the second best player. We have arguments, but like, I don't know. It's hard because we grew up with LeBron, so obviously I like him. But like, I think
that's probably what makes me like him the most over Jordan is that I got to grow up watching his greatest moments, you know.
For sure.
And I would even say back in 2011, when I was a mere 11 years old, I was not a fan of LeBron. And the reason being that the Mavs had just fucking destroyed him in the finals in 2010. So I would say the start of my LeBron fanboy career was probably around 2014, 2015.
So whenever he started winning.
Yeah. So bandwagon.
So you're a bandwagon, basically.
A little bit, yeah.
Wow.
I really started.
This guy.
Really started loving him when he went back to Cleveland. That was my point when I was like, this is when I'm in love with LeBron.
I can see that. I think it happened to a lot of people.
Yeah, when he was on the Heat, I wasn't the biggest fan, but I would still call myself a fan.
See,
but not when they played the Mavs in the finals.
I hated him when he was on the Heat, honestly.
Yeah. I wasn't a fan.
So
I was a fan, and when he went to the Heat, I just like, dude, this guy's I hated him.
But my argument for when everybody comes at LeBron for going to the Heat.
We're having some technical difficulties.
It's okay.
But
For those who can't view on YouTube, the mic just dropped off the fucking table.
our second one.
all
We're waiting
good.
on mine to fall now.
Yeah. Okay. It'll be okay. It's the
fixed,
first
all
podcast.
fixed.
We'll have technical.
You got to make sure it's
difficulties.
like all the way.
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Here, let me loosen
But
it
anyway,
up.
You have to
so
loosen at the bottom. That's what loosens the clamp.
yeah.
My goodness.
All right, we're gonna take a quick pause. One second.
No,
we can do
keep
it.
it going.
Just Adam's gonna be
Okay.
vacant for a
I'll
second.
be occupied while you guys are talking.
So the start of, I would say, okay, for LeBron going to the Heat, okay,
Mhm.
this is what my argument is in the past, I think that with the Cavs, he was given no help. And,
for sure.
And so when the Celtics create this super team, okay, and he gets beat twice in the playoffs, and by the way, in 2007, he leads a team. If you go look at this roster, okay, their second best player is Zydrunas Ilgauskas.
Yeah. Dude, that roster's awful. If you go back and look, like it's like
And they have Anderson Varejao and those boys, okay?
They had
So-
Mo Will in that
so-
too.
So if
Who?
you're...
Don't discredit Mo Will.
Oh, Mo Williams.
I guess, but like
Williams is
still,
pretty-
if Mo
pretty decent.
Williams is your second best player,
Yeah.
I would think that...
That's tough.
Yeah, so he was probably fed up with having shit
Oh, yeah.
teams on the Cavs and said, you know what? Dwayne Wade's already in Miami. Why don't I try to get Chris Bosh to go? And it worked out. But, however, so it is effectively a super team. But if we look at in the history of super teams, I don't think that the Heat are necessarily the best super team ever created.
do you think that that Heat team started the culture and trend of super teams though? Because I think they did.
You're wrong.
Dude,
I'm wrong.
Here's-
Wow.
No, Alex is wrong.
because what I here's what I think is that Kobe and Shaq better duo than fucking Dwayne Wade was at the end of his career when LeBron got there. He was out of his prime, okay? Chris Bosh didn't do much for the team because he wasn't given that much of an opportunity. Like he was not given
I think
free
he was
reign in that
more of
offense. So you think Chris Bosh was better than Dwayne Wade?
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying he didn't do. I think he did a lot more than like not much for the team. I think he
Chris
was a
Bosh was
pivotal
underrated
point,
on that team.
pivotal player.
Underrated.
I
Because
think
he was. Yeah, I mean, he killed it on the Raptors before
I think
he went to the Heat.
he definitely played better on the Raptors, but like he was definitely a key part to that team.
They don't win those two championships without Chris Bosh.
Because look, he had that rebound that hit that pass out to Ray Allen when they.
It's one play.
Yeah, but what
You
other
can't say Ray
rebounders?
Allen-
Who the hell are
Ray
they
Allen-
gonna put in there to rebound?
Ray Allen didn't fucking
Who's the other rebounders? Like freaking.
Udonis Haslem, I guess.
Yeah, but he's old. Like I mean, he has never been like a dominant good player. Who was their other guy? The Birdman.
Oh,
I mean,
Chris Anderson.
He's just a meme. So like,
Chris Anderson, yeah.
I'm not saying that the team wasn't good. I just think that it wasn't the best super team ever created. I still think that Michael Jordan's Bulls, Michael Jordan had a better supporting cast than LeBron did on the Heat.
I agree.
And that's no cap. I think that Scottie Pippen was better when he played with Michael Jordan than when LeBron played with D Wade.
But
Scottie Pippen was a better sidekick than Dwayne Wade was to LeBron.
Yeah,
it wasn't. It was.
And Dennis Rodman was fucking better than Chris Bosh. Chris Bosh might have been better offensively.
That's tough, though. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying, though. And so I when I see this slander of, oh, well, LeBron's first two championships couldn't have been won without a super team, I think, yes, it was a super team, but not – I mean, you could even say it wasn't as good as the Celtics super team, potentially.
I would have wished that they would have
Right?
played each other in like the Eastern Conference Finals.
wish.
That would have been crazy. I think the Celtics – bro, that's tough because
they did. The Heat and Celtics?
the Heat super team versus the Celtics.
They did.
Yeah,
Really?
Heat
Yeah.
won. Yeah,
The Heat won. They
don't
won
remember that.
I think they won in 7 games.
and then I think I think Ray Allen.
I thought they played the Bulls.
No, they played the Bulls in the semifinals.
Oh.
So
yeah, I guess you're
they
right.
did play in the conference finals.
Yeah.
And then
They only played him the once though because they
And
played.
then Ray Allen left. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They
Ray Allen
went
went to
to
the Heat.
because that was the year Paul Pierce had that game winner against them.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was a buzzer beater.
Yeah.
If not, it was pretty close to a buzzer beater. But Yeah, it went to 7 games, and LeBron, I think he went off in Game 7.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
See, but like I
Because that's
definitely
what LeBron
think
does.
going
Yeah.
back to like the trend of super teams, I think that Heat team started it because you look at like the Celtics team, but like did they like recruit them as much?
Yes.
Really? I don't know if they did.
100%.
Wasn't like I mean
Paul Pierce was already on the team.
yeah, but Kevin Garnett was.
Rajon Rondo was on the fucking Ray Allen was on the
I don't think the
Supersonics.
Celtics because you didn't see like. I don't think LeBron went to the. I mean, I think it was obviously the Celtics were
He
a
went
factor.
to the Heat because he couldn't beat the fucking Celtics.
Yeah,
Because his team was dog shit.
but I don't think the Celtics are. I don't see them as like a super team though, because they had 3 like amazing players. Like now you see like the fucking Warriors with like 5 All-Stars.
That's what I'm saying is the Warriors.
But I think
had a better
the
super team
Heat
than
like
did.
had more players on that team that like people. I feel like my opinion is if they look like if players in the league look at that Heat team and they're like they would rather be more inclined to make a super team if they see LeBron, D Wade, and Chris Bosh on a team if they look and say Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, and Rajon Rondo. I think more people if they see that Heat team they're like, damn, I need to join somebody that's gonna beat them more than if they look at that Celtics team.
Okay, but who joined them though?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the Heat had more of an effect on the super team that trended that is now in the NBA.
I think this is my opinion. If it weren't for the Celtics, LeBron probably isn't leaving Cleveland.
I think he would have
That's-
left, but
no,
he
yeah,
wouldn't
you're
have
right.
went to the Heat.
You
maybe.
think I'm right?
I think you're right because
Yeah.
that's the one team he couldn't beat.
And if
in the
if
playoffs.
and if LeBron could have beaten the Celtics, if LeBron could have beaten the super team that the Celtics now had, then I think that there was no reason to leave the Cavs.
I do
Yeah,
feel
but his
like,
team
though,
is shit.
He,
Like
that's what
he
I'm
probably
saying.
would have gone to the finals.
So what team
every
was he
year.
supposed? So
if
let
he
me
would
ask
he
y'all.
would have had to get somebody else on his team.
Because
If there's no way he would have stayed on the
Yes.
Cavs if that was his roster.
This is the LeBron slander that I hear is basically, oh, he went to the Heat, he got a super team, that's how he got his rings. Okay,
I don't
what was
think
he?
that.
What was he fucking supposed to do?
No, I don't think that. I think that. I mean, the Heat.
I don't
you
think
could
he
say
pulled.
that.
He didn't pull a KD. He
No,
didn't
hell
pull a KD.
no.
No, yeah,
is
that's completely
KD's
different.
Every
I
single
agree with
ring that
that.
KD has is not earned, in my opinion. I
Yeah,
mean, yeah, he
I
was the
think it's
MVP.
earned. It probably doesn't have as much value as other rings.
So do LeBron's
It's not
rings
respectable.
Have,
It's
so,
not respectable.
So do you think LeBron's rings have as much value as Michael Jordan's rings?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I mean, Michael Jordan had the
And the
like
reason-
you said
the
earlier,
only
they had
reason-
still had Pippen and Rodman.
Okay, I will. This is what I will say. I still think Jordan is the GOAT, but the 2016 Finals was one of the most respectable championships of all time. That was beating a 73-9 team.
Oh yeah, I
And-
think that
and,
was.
and being down 3-1.
now they did have injuries.
The War.
The Warriors had injuries, right?
Well, they had Draymond that was suspended in one of the games.
They still
I don't-
had every like was it KD wasn't on
Katie
the team.
wasn't on
Katie
the
was
team
on
in
the team.
2016.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, like that, like watching that like finals was just nuts.
That was one of the best, most entertaining
individually.
finals.
I think that was like the most respectable. Like,
yeah, I think LeBron averaged like 35 points a game.
oh yeah, it was like insane. Like it was like unconscious numbers.
Yeah.
See, with the debate with who's the GOAT, I think there's a difference between the greatest player of all time and the best player of all time. I think LeBron
Ooh,
is.
that's good. I
I
like
think
that.
LeBron is all around the best player of all time, but Jordan is the greatest player when it comes to his accomplishments and the awards that he's won. He's won 6
No, I
championships.
agree.
But do awards really mean much? Because we could argue that LeBron has missed out on some MVPs that he
Yeah.
definitely should have won.
He's
When
also
for example, when Derrick Rose won MVP, okay,
Yeah.
Derrick Rose was just as deserving. I'm not saying
I
that
think
he
Derrick
wasn't,
Rose should have won that
but
though.
but LeBron had a stellar year that year.
Yeah.
And he kind of got snubbed. And there was multiple times where LeBron probably could have argued that he should have won MVP, but just because this is what we expect from LeBron. I mean, he's fucking LeBron James.
Right now
So-
he should win the MVP. I mean, if he's healthy, he's the MVP. Right now in the NBA, like he should be the MVP.
Yeah,
like,
he's
every
not
year.
healthy, so he won't win it.
Yeah.
But I think like again, the criteria changes every year. I think we even heard this in an interview yesterday. The criteria for MVP changes every year. So I think there's different factors that go into it every year. It's hard to decide, but I think LeBron I think he has 3 MVPs, maybe 4 MVPs. Maybe
he has 3.
Okay, I'm looking at
MVPs.
Michael Jordan has 5 MVPs right now.
Yeah. And I think LeBron could very well have 5 MVPs, but he has 3 or 4.
For sure.
But I think he has 4 right now.
He has
the same goes for Kobe too. He only won one.
But
MVP.
you know what it is it's because we expect what we expect from these guys.
He has
every
4.
year.
LeBron has 4.
LeBron has 4.
So like LeBron could have like
Easily
6.
6 or 7.
Mm-hmm.
Easily
Easy.
6 or 7. Because when Derrick Rose won
last time he won it was 2013.
he had a better year than Derrick Rose.
Yeah. The last time LeBron won MVP was 2013.
The Bulls.
Yeah. And there's been years that you could even argue that he had better years than he did in 20.
Yeah.
2013 was his prime, but playing team basketball, racking up 10 assists, he averaged 10 assists one year. You could even say that that's better basketball than what he played back in 2013.
I mean,
because he's LeBron James, it's what we expect.
Yeah.
So
So
when
it's
a
not
guy
really
like
like he's like, oh, like LeBron is like the MVP.
so now when there's
like the
a new
hype
guy,
around it.
when there's a new guy like Jokic that comes up, we're all like, oh,
Just like,
that's-
oh my gosh,
yeah.
Jokic.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or Luka's
But like,
probably
I think
in the
Jokic
MVP
deserves it
running
this year
too.
just because of like injuries. Like,
Oh yeah.
who
If
knows
it-
if LeBron would be in the race? I think Harden is in the race if he's healthy too.
They also
And
said the other night.
Embiid missed.
Oh yeah,
what,
Embiid
14?
was the front
Yeah.
runner until he got hurt.
They said the other night that Jokic has played every single
Every
game.
Yeah,
single game this
that's
year.
nuts.
That you have to take into account. That
But see, it changes every year. That's the thing.
It
Is
does,
like
yeah.
is Embiid's value. So I think right now you have 2. We'll switch the topic to MVP this year.
Mhm.
So right now, I think the 2 front runners are Embiid and Jokic,
which is
because
crazy because it's 2 centers.
It's 2 centers
Yeah.
in a league
Well-
that has changed so much
Mm-hmm.
to be guard centered and 3-point, but guess and 3-point centered. But guess
Mm-hmm.
what? These centers now can hit 3-pointers, so it doesn't even fucking matter.
These
that they're
centers
not
can hit
guards.
more 3-pointers than fucking Ben Simmons. Trash
So-
ass.
So
You know about that. Adam
Yeah,
knows
yeah.
about that.
I don't.
So-
Let's not talk about that, man.
so you have Jokic and Embiid. Okay,
Yeah.
Embiid's missed 14, 18 games.
He's
I
missed a
forget.
lot.
18 games. Okay. If Embiid doesn't miss 18 games, he's probably the MVP.
I
It's gonna
agree.
be
I
Jokic.
think
Right?
I mean, it
it
has
will
to
be
But now-
Jokic this season.
But now because Embiid gets hurt
Yeah.
for 18 games, I
Mhm.
guess it has to be Jokic. What doesn't sit right with me with that is it's not necessarily Embiid's fault that he got hurt. You know?
I mean, that's the same. You can say the same argument with Harden. I think Harden is up there too.
he was a front runner too.
Yeah.
But, like,
how many games
it's-
has he missed?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's missed less. No, he's definitely missed more than Embiid.
I think if he was on the Nets at the beginning of the season, he would be in first place.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
there's-
because the
on
problem
on
with the Nets is that all 3 of them have only played like 3 or 4 games together.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but
So like they could
Yeah.
suck. If,
But
like,
for MVP purposes, there's never been an MVP that has traded teams in the middle of the year.
yeah, and
Because
also,
it's hard to gauge,
yeah.
like,
yeah,
if he stayed on the Rockets, would they be a playoff team? Probably, honestly.
No,
if he
they
stayed on the
would.
Rockets, they'd be a
I
playoff
think they
team.
would.
Dude,
I mean, they'd be a
They'd
playing
be-
game.
they'd
They'd
be
be
a
a
playoff
playing
team.
Beginning,
game.
the
They'd be a
beginning of the
playing game team
season,
at
he
least.
was not trying. He wanted to get
That's
traded.
true.
So
He was like,
which
just
is why I
bullshitting.
think if he was on a team he was happy with and
and
he was putting up the numbers that he usually does, he would be a front runner for MVP.
and they had John Wall and
Yeah.
DeMarcus Cousins. But like, yeah, I could see that if Harden is like playing like he is now with the Rockets, then I could see them being like a play-in team,
no, they would have been a playoff team for sure.
play-in team, like the 7 through 10.
Yeah, no, they would have been one of those.
They wouldn't be
teams.
a lock.
I think they would be a lock for one of those teams.
You think they would be
Oh,
six?
a lock for a
Six seed?
play-in team.
Yes,
I'm saying
yes,
they wouldn't be a lock
yes.
for playoffs like this 1 through
No.
6.
But now I guess, yeah, no,
They'd be an
wouldn't a
8 or
1 through
7
6.
maybe.
But you have James Harden on your team. You're gonna at least be in a position to make the playoffs.
Yeah,
only-
no, I
yeah.
agree. I think they'd knock like the Pelicans out of there.
But going back to MVP, Embiid and Jokic, okay? Embiid has probably outplayed Jokic, meaning he's brought more value to his team. Because Jokic, I think, has more depth on the Nuggets. The Nuggets probably have a little bit more depth, and especially adding Aaron Gordon.
Oh yeah, that was a good pick.
I think they're definitely better depth-wise than the Sixers. But
Yeah.
Embiid missed games So it's hard to judge that. And what sucks about the MVP race is, for the most part, if you miss games, you're out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we talk about,
That's
though? We talked about this earlier, that the announcer said that Jokic drinks 3 liters of soda a day.
Way.
Yeah,
I don't.
That's
I'm
There's
about
no
to
way.
look this up because there's no possible human way
I
that
don't-
that is possible.
I mean, even though he's
3
7 feet
liters.
and 200 something pounds.
Yeah, last night, Reggie Miller was even like, "That's got to be."
I know
cap."
exactly. Who?
How
do they know that?
I think Richard
There's no
Jefferson
way.
was just talking out of his
Oh,
ass.
it was Richard Jefferson. No. It was Richard Jefferson or Reggie Miller. I
Oh,
can't
wait.
remember.
Okay, so it says
The announcer
whenever no.
Okay,
Okay,
go
so ESPN's Zach Lowe in a recent Q&A said that Jokic did not have the best dietary habits when he was in Serbia. Jokic said maybe 3 liters or so was a lot. Never in the morning because we had practices in the morning and I could never drink before. This man
Wait.
drank 3 liters of soda when he was in Serbia every day. Can you imagine?
Dude.
I can't even drink like 3 cups of soda
I
without
can't
like
even
I don't
dying
even.
cup.
I can't even drink like 2 bottles, like 2 regular bottles of
There's
soda.
no way.
That's I just get.
I
too
can't
bloated.
imagine 3 liters. You know,
I don't know
mean,
how
he was
you
fat,
how
wasn't
do
he?
you grow? Yeah,
He was
How-
fat.
How
Yeah.
do
There's
you
that,
grow to
yeah.
be 7 feet tall drinking soda?
He's
His
an
parents
anomaly,
must be
dude. He is an
giant.
absolute anomaly.
Let's look up a picture of what he looked like when he was doing that
This
because
is
there's no
why-
way.
So
Look at
all
his
the-
ass. Like I'll insert this photo. Look at this photo of him. That was when he was really young.
He was probably in his teens.
So I wonder when these NBA scouts were like, this guy
Oh,
could
look at
really
this
be an
though.
NBA
That's
player.
definitely somebody that looks like they're drinking 3 liters of soda a day.
There's that one
Yeah.
picture.
It
of
said he
him
weighed
showed
over
us
300 pounds at one point.
Yeah.
That is nuts.
I think what makes Jokic one of my favorite players. Obviously, he's been one of my favorite players for at
Yeah.
least this year and last year.
No, I'm just laughing at this,
Um,
bro.
But I think what makes him one of my favorite players is because you never know what he's going to do. And then 2, you would never expect him to do any of the shit that he does on the court. You would never expect
Yeah,
it from
because
a
he looks like a
7-foot
weird
guy.
ass.
And he's just so awkward.
He's
He's
looks so
hilarious,
goofy.
though.
And he's funny off the court too.
Oh yeah, was it you that said, "Oh, I can't wait to hear his MVP speech"? If he
Yeah,
wins?
because I think he'll win MVP, and his speech is gonna be funny as fuck.
He'd be like, "No homo."
Yeah, he had that one. What was he saying? He was like, Embiid is super long, and then he had that side look. He was like, no homo.
Yo,
That shit- who says
I
that
can't
shit?
imagine
And
that,
he's
bro.
a professional, and he just acts like he's a fucking kid.
Yo,
It's
that's
so
hilarious.
He goes, Embiid is, he's very long.
Yo.
He's like, no homo.
Yeah, he has that like Serbian. It's like no homo.
And there's that one video of him with all the kids lined up in the hallway in the tunnel before he walks out on the court, and he goes up and just like grabs their head and then picks all of them up and starts swinging them
He grabs
around.
their head, goes up and picks them
Yeah.
up, and then kisses them on the forehead.
Yo,
Dude, like what the fuck?
I guess
He's
that's very common to do in
I
Europe.
guess
but-
so, but it's like if you look up Jokic funny moments, there's like 4 parts that are
Yeah,
like
there's a lot.
10 minutes long
Yeah.
each, and it's funny as fuck.
Yeah.
He's just so goofy.
I'm in love with Jokic.
I
he's
agree.
definitely one
I
of
have
my
I have a
favorites.
man
Definitely
I have a
like
man crush
like,
on
you
Jokic.
Can't like look at him and not know. Like if you just look at like his, you can't hate him. Like
No, I
you
think
can't. Who hates Jokic?
he's definitely
No
one of my
does.
top 5 favorite
Oh,
players.
yeah.
right
Yeah.
now.
I mean, you have him on your fantasy team, which helps
Yeah.
a lot
Yeah, it does.
because he's
'Cause when he does
unstoppable.
good,
But
yeah.
like, he like, there's no possible way if you just watch him and like his interviews and stuff, like you just hate him. Like, there's no possible way.
All right. So should we go through and rank our top 5 players in the NBA right now?
Ooh,
Like each of ours.
Mm.
I can start. I
Yeah,
already,
let's
I already
go.
know my top 5.
you already
right
know.
now. Dude, I can name you my top
I think
5
I know.
right now.
That's pretty easy.
You can
I can
go
give you
for
my
it,
top
go for
5 right now.
it. In order.
Okay.
Are we doing
Yes,
in order?
In order. I can
Oh,
give you
shit.
my top 5
Are
right
they
now.
healthy or no?
Yeah,
It doesn't
healthy.
matter. No,
Go healthy. Go healthy.
What do you mean?
It's
Because that
I mean,
affects it. Like if they're injured right now.
No, injured right now is fine. I'm saying
just
Okay,
in
no,
the
I'm saying
league.
top 5 players in the league.
Yeah.
right now.
No matter if they're
In
healthy
order
or
from
injured.
1 to 5,
Yes.
or do you want to go 5 first and then to 1?
No, go
I'm
1
gonna
through
go
5.
I'm gonna go
Go
1
1
through
through
5 for mine. You can
Okay.
choose whatever you want, but
All right, man. Go ahead.
number 1 for me, Luka Doncic. I think that's
What?
That's
I'm
bold.
surprised, bro.
Yo,
no
that's
way
bold
you
as
just said
fuck.
that.
Really?
Man just sucked LeBron off,
Wait,
and then
wait,
he's like,
wait,
"Oh
wait,
yeah,
wait,
you're not my
wait,
number
whoa,
one
whoa,
player."
whoa,
I think I've said for years
No,
that LeBron
wait,
has always
pause.
been my number one.
I didn't. I mean,
You've never told me that before. I'm really surprised. Like
Luka
I've never
ain't my
heard that
number
come out
one.
of your mouth.
y'all know who my number one is, and I'm gonna wait.
The reason being is that I'm such a big
Holy
Mavs
shit.
fan,
Yeah.
and
Don't
would
let
normally be-
bias influence
I
your
think-
decisions.
I mean,
it's not.
Okay.
I think
can proudly
Luka in the
say-
top 5 is pretty
no,
reasonable.
Luka is in my top 5. He's not number 1 though.
Oh yeah, no, he's not my number one.
But I could definitely say now that Luka is the player that I would cheer for the most out of any player in the league. I want to see
Over
him
LeBron?
succeed.
Yeah,
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
100%. So that's what makes him my number one. My criteria might be a little different than yours.
Okay,
and
let's
that's
let's
Number 2,
keep going.
LeBron James.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, that was
solid.
obvious.
That's
Yeah.
pretty.
That was obvious. Number 3 is Damian Lillard. I love that man.
Okay.
I love Damian Lillard. I
Are we? All right,
Yeah.
I'll let you finish, and then I'll ask this question when I go.
100%. I think that Damian Lillard is one of my favorite players to watch. I think I like watching him splash it from deep, but also I think his finishing is one of the best in the league from guards,
Yeah.
at least. I really like watching him just go to work.
Mm-hmm.
For Jokic, right now, Jokic got to be in my top 5, 100%. I love watching him play because I never know what he's going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's really what I like to see in a player. Now, number 5 might surprise y'all because I don't normally mention his name a lot,
Okay.
but he definitely is one of my favorite players in the league, and it's got to be Jimmy Butler.
I like that. I think that's very
I
underrated.
do. I like that. I like that pick.
See,
do.
my top 4 were probably very
Interchangeable.
like,
I'm
y'all
surprised.
know. But
There's
Jimmy
a couple
Butler is
people in there that
solid-
need to be in there, but like it's all opinionated. So
Jimmy Butler is my number 5 because I really like the way he plays the game, and I think he's a no bullshit player. He's a player that gives no bullshit.
He wants to win.
He wants
That's
to
all he
win.
wants to do.
And that's all he cares
He's
about.
all business. He's
all
not.
business.
He's not for the
He gets
bullshit,
in there.
man.
I mean, he talks his shit during the game, right? But
Yeah.
I think
Rightfully so, because
Yeah.
he's a dog. He's the guy.
I think that when I watch him play, I have no emotions other than to like root for him. Like I have no, like all I'm like is like, oh, I want to see Jimmy Butler win. Unless
Yeah.
they're playing the Mavs, I want to see Jimmy Butler win
Yeah.
because I think he gives it his all on the court 100% every time.
no, I like that pick. I think it's very underrated. All right, so go. Let's just say it straight through.
So 1 through 5 is 1 is Luka, 2 LeBron, 3 Damian Lillard, 4 Nikola Jokic, 5 Jimmy Butler.
Solid.
That would be my top 5.
Okay, is this like? This is just us. Like,
No, it's giving your favorite players in the league.
are we talking about like talent?
Okay. I thought you were giving top 5, like
Like
talent wise,
like
best.
Hell
skill-wise.
no.
So
Hell
this
no.
is just
Oh, okay.
base.
No.
This
Okay,
is
dude. Okay.
No.
This is like
All right.
completely.
Stopped recording. 1 second for the viewers on the YouTube podcast.
Yeah,
we have to
our
reset.
camera is
We'll keep
stopping.
the audio in there for the video, but
So
Yeah.
we're basically just doing like this is strictly.
Okay.
This is strictly like popularity. Like
That
this
makes-
is like our top 5.
That
Like
makes
this is
more
not
sense.
skill because obviously if you're talking skill, it's different.
That makes more
we're back
sense.
on the video
Because
for
that's
everybody.
why I was
Yeah,
really
technical
surprised.
difficulties. Like
by-
if
by
we're talking
some of
straight
your
skill,
picks.
Luka not number 1, bro.
Oh, 100%.
Okay,
no.
so this is all like popularity, like or
No,
just
this
whatever.
is your favorite player.
Okay.
This is your favorite
My
player.
my top 5 is controversial, but if you know me, you know who my number 1 is.
You know
Yeah,
who
I
your
do.
number
I
one
do.
And he's on my laptop.
I really do.
He
He's
is.
probably your fucking screensaver.
He's actually not. Surprisingly, he's not. He was at one point. Him dunking on LeBron was my screensaver for a second.
Solid,
Okay, number 1, Jason Tatum, obviously.
obviously.
Okay, like
Give
I
the
said,
background to why you love him so
if we're
much.
not talking like skill wise, he's my
No,
number
we're
1
not.
because
We're
we're
talking
talking
just
about like because
favorite
I've been a
players.
fan of his when he was in high school.
Yeah, we're just talking about favorite players here.
Okay, so basically, I was a fan of Jason Tatum whenever he was at Chaminade, his prep school in high school,
Yeah.
just because I was into like high school basketball, whatever. And then he went to Duke, which I was a fan of Duke before he went there. Let's just get that straight.
That's true.
I was a fan of Duke.
You've been a fan of Duke.
This sounds like I'm a bandwagon.
forever.
It sounds like I'm a bandwagon, but I'm not. Like I was a
I
fan.
mean, not really.
I think okay, when you start liking a team when you're younger, if they're
Yeah.
winning,
Yeah.
I think it isn't necessarily a
Like
bandwagon.
okay,
Yeah.
but the thing is, I liked them at the very beginning of the year that they won. So like, I started it before they won the championship. I just liked the players on that team. I liked Tyus Jones, Jaleel Okafor, Justice Winslow, who's doing. I mean, he's hurt right now, but he's done like the best in my
He's
opinion.
decent, yeah.
But they were just a solid team, bro. Like I just liked the way they played. Grayson Allen, can't stand him now though, but whatever. So when he went to Duke, when Jason Tatum went to Duke, that just like made it
solidified
that elevated my liking for him already. I have his Duke jersey. And then when he went to the NBA, like, and he started like killing, and I was just like, all right, he's gonna be my guy. So he's not my number one
I think
favorite.
that's fair.
And number 2, I definitely gotta go Steph Curry as my popularity because, dude, that guy is just. How do you hate? You can't hate Steph
No,
Curry.
you can't. Nobody
You literally
hates him.
can't.
I think he would be my number 6 for sure.
He's the best shooter of all time. He's one of the most likable people. He doesn't ever really get in drama or whatever.
He has zero drama, no controversy.
And the thing is, like, I respect him off the court too. Like, he's such a
Yeah.
good dude. Like, he's never been in like drama or allegations or whatever. 3, I'm gonna go LeBron.
Interesting.
Why?
Because I've never heard you like cheer for LeBron.
I'm still a LeBron fan.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not like I don't not like LeBron. Obviously LeBron because like LeBron's probably gonna be in everybody's top 5 right now.
I don't think he'd be in some of our friends' top 5, but yeah, I think
Some of our friends that are just like memes, basically, that are just talking about off their ass.
I guess
But-
so.
Okay,
I just
LeBron
think
is number
a lot of
3.
people- this is what I think about. I think that a lot of people would prefer KD over LeBron.
When it comes to favorite players, I mean, it's just subjective. You
Yeah.
know?
No,
So
I know, but I'm just saying. I
some
think
people could just
you
not
either.
have LeBron.
I
in their
think
top
some
5.
people. I think LeBron. It's either LeBron or KD for most people.
Yeah. I
Oh,
think so
for
too.
sure. I mean, Kawhi's in there a little bit, but not as much.
Kawhi's
When
not
it-
a
when it
likable
comes to-
player.
Yeah.
When it comes to favorite players to watch and favorite players to support, it's different for
True.
everyone.
I
No,
agree.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay. What was I on? 3?
Year 3. Yeah.
So it goes Tatum, Curry, LeBron, then I'm on KD. Just because KD is like, as a player, like, how do you like? You literally like, he's one of the best scorer. He's the best scorer ever.
Probably
Like
ever.
straight scorer.
Imagine
We're talking
being
about
7
not
foot
shooter.
tall.
Steph's the best shooter. KD's the best like pure scorer. Offensively, best player ever. And then 5, I'm gonna go Luka, just because. I mean, obviously, I'm a diehard Mavs fan,
Yeah.
and like Luka is just amazing. So
It's hard for me not to have him at number 1 just because I only want the Mavs to win.
True.
I don't give a fuck about any of the other teams.
I definitely see
You know?
Luka higher up. Like I could see Luka at number 3 or 2, but like, I mean, I could definitely see Luka at number 3. I can't put him over Tatum and Steph just
Okay.
because, like, personally, I think I like them better. I could see him at 3 and moving. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put Luka at 3,
Yeah.
but LeBron
Okay.
at 4, KD at 5. I think
Okay.
that's a better list for me.
Okay. And I think as we move through the years.
Oh yeah,
right,
it's gonna change. Like by the
It's-
time
yeah.
like LeBron
Steph's gonna be out
retires,
the league in a couple years. Yeah.
I think like it's gonna be different. Like we come back here like 2 years from now, it's gonna be different.
So
Alright.
I do have a question for you though. So
Mhm.
if the Mavs were to win a championship before Jason Tatum,
Oh, I'd want that to happen.
okay, but do you think that would elevate Luka to be
Like you're
above
saying, if the
his-
Mavs play the Celtics in the finals, who am I
Mm.
cheering for?
No, I think you're definitely cheering for the Mavs.
Yeah.
Like I know that, but I'm saying, would it change your stance on Jason Tatum? Or as long as Jason Tatum's in the league, he's probably always.
He's
going
probably
to
gonna be
your
my favorite. I mean,
Okay.
obviously Luka is gonna go up if the Mavs win, just because he's on the Mavs.
Yeah.
Like, but
Yeah.
if yeah, I think Tatum would be my number 1. I think I'm gonna be rooting for Jason Tatum. Like, I'm not a Celtics fan. That's what
Yeah.
like our friend Aiden just like pisses me off because he's like, "Oh, the Celtics suck, man." I'm like, I don't give a fuck about the Celtics.
Yeah.
If the Celtics are in the finals against anybody else but the Mavs, I'll probably root for them. just because I want to see Jason Tatum be good.
Got you.
Okay.
Yeah.
If they're playing the Mavs, though, I'm always going to root for the Mavs, no matter who they're playing. It could be like my dad playing, and I'd still root for the Mavs.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
your turn, Adam. Let's hear it.
This one's tough for me. I have a lot of favorite
I'm interested
players.
to hear this.
Number one's gonna be Luka.
Mhm.
You know, I'm a Dallas guy. Luka's got to be my favorite. He's one of the best players in the league right now. You know, I'll always support him throughout his entire career. I think he'll stick with the Mavs.
I hope.
I hope he does.
If the Mavs don't pick it up in the offseason, though,
Dude,
They've got to
the-
make
the-
moves,
the
man.
time-
They've gave. I just it's annoying.
I
like
think
they
he-
haven't done anything.
The day if
If
ever
he
Luka
left-
ever leaves the
yo,
Mavs, I'm gonna cry.
well, yeah, me too. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily be mad at him because I would
oh
be like,
no,
because I would be
I
like, bro,
understand.
they can't.
Yeah.
I would
you
understand.
he's gotta be in contention for the championships, or he's
Yeah.
gonna be gone. I mean, that's
Yeah.
any athlete,
Yeah, I do think
any star player.
He has qualities similar to Dirk, though, to where I could see him being like, okay, I want to stay with one team. I want to be the star of the city. I think he's enjoying like being like a
The man.
star and yeah, he's the man in Dallas.
Yeah.
And as long as he stays with the Mavs, he's gonna be the man. Even
Also,
if they suck that year.
Europeans like thrive in
Yeah.
Dallas. So like,
Yeah.
who knows? I think he'd be fine in other teams, but like, he's
Yeah.
gonna have the best shot to be the best player you can be in Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
But-
keep going.
yeah.
Number two is Jimmy Butler.
Ooh.
I was talking about this earlier.
I didn't know he was that high up for you.
He is. He's one of the funniest motherfuckers in the league. He's a dog, dude. Like
Yeah.
I respect his story.
Yeah.
Like, have you
Oh,
heard
for
about
sure. He
his
was, like,
his,
homeless,
his
right?
upbringing? He was home. Like, his mom kicked him out when he was in his
Damn.
early teens because she said, "I don't like the look of you." Like,
What
what
the
the fuck does
fuck?
that mean? So she
She actually said that shit?
yeah, that's what she told him, and he started living with one of his friends on one of his basketball teams. He faxed his application to Marquette from McDonald's.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
And
yeah.
somehow got
and
on
he's
basketball team.
that's how he played on the basketball team there.
Did he get an offer from there, or was he just like trying out, or what was the situation?
That's
not really-
crazy,
yeah.
dude.
I don't know the full. I remember reading something though where he faxed one of his college applications, and I'm pretty sure it was to Marquette.
Wow.
Imagine that,
McDonald's.
dude.
Yeah.
That's
And
insane.
he just
And he
you know-
wasn't. He was he drafted first year out of college?
No, I don't think.
I don't think so. I think I think he graduated. I think he went.
He
all 4
wasn't
years.
even a top pick either.
That's what I'm
in
saying.
the draft.
I don't think he was. I don't think he was rated very highly coming out of high school.
He's the
either.
epitome of hard work. He worked his ass off, man, to get where he's at, and I respect the fuck out of that. He's one of my favorite players ever, just because of that. And I think the what happened with him with the T-Wolves,
Yeah.
Mm.
there was just a bunch of young players on that team, immature players, and
Yeah.
he just wasn't having it.
Yeah, he went. He went all 4 years in college.
Yeah.
He
All
went to
4.
Tyler Junior College, so he's
Oh,
from
wow.
he's from Houston.
Oh,
So
he's from
I think
Houston, so he went to.
He went to Tomball High School in Houston, and then went to Tyler JUCO.
and then ended
and then
up going to Marquette.
I think
Went
that's
to
where he
Marquette
faxed.
2008
Yeah.
to 2011.
That's nuts.
He went to Tyler 2007 to 2008, and then went
That's crazy.
to Marquette the rest
And
of
you
the
know
years.
why I think he made it? Because he made defense a priority.
Dude,
Mhm.
can we talk? We can talk about Duncan Robinson on his podcast. Shout out his podcast. It's dope.
Uh-huh.
He had Tyler Hero on, and so they were talking about like the kind of the what do you call it? Like the
Like his like demeanor or like the way he works.
like the like Jimmy
mentality?
Butler like set the tone of that
okay.
team.
Oh yeah.
So, like,
yeah.
They were
his
talking about
attitude.
how like Tyler and Duncan Robinson were rookies the same year, right?
Uh-huh.
So they walked in to training camp, and like Jimmy was just on their ass like
Uh-huh.
all
Oh,
the
yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And so they said that Duncan was talking to Tyler about like how he was like, oh, I want to make an impression. So he came in at 6 a.m. And then Duncan Robinson was like, oh, I want to, because he was a rookie too. So he was like, oh, I don't want to get shown up by Tyler, right?
Yeah.
He shows up. Jimmy like walks in that day and sees that they worked out. He said, all right, fuck y'all. I'm going to come here at 4 a.m. I'm going to say, y'all, I'm going to be done.
Yeah.
I'm going to be in the middle of my workout by the time y'all even show up. And then they were like, dude, that's just like him. Like, that's just who he
He's
is.
like he's
And
already
then he's gonna
30
be-
years old.
working out until practice, and then he'll be at practice and then busting your ass like during practice. And they were like,
Probably
dude, that like
stays after
woke
practice.
me up. That I was like, holy shit, this guy's like legit.
Yeah. Because that's what it takes. To be the
Shout
best
out to
in the
Duncan
league.
Robinson and Tyler Hero though. They fucking balled in the finals last year.
Yeah.
Number 3 for me is Jokic.
Solid.
I've always loved him. I thought he was, he's for sure the MVP this year.
Yeah.
And he's one of those once in a lifetime players. You don't get a lot of players like him.
Mm-hmm.
And
He's one of a kind.
he is. And I don't know. I feel like I want him on the Mavs really bad.
Yeah.
I really
Dude,
do.
he would thrive on the
Yeah.
Mavs, bro.
He would. I
Oh.
don't think he'll be successful on the Nuggets. I don't think he'll stay
Mm.
there for the rest of his career.
Really?
I don't think
That's
he will.
interesting.
I could see that. I could see him leaving.
And
I could
s-
see that. I don't think they have a lot of depth, but I think Jamal Murray and him do have a solid pick and roll game.
Yeah.
You
But
know.
imagine him and Luka though. Is what I'm
It would be
what
even
I'm
better.
thinking. Yeah. And I think, in my opinion, I might get a lot of, backlash for this. I think we need to trade KP,
Mhm.
put him in a package for Jokic. Obviously we'll have to add more pieces to that.
No,
trade.
I agree. I think you need to get the
but
hell away from
only
KP.
The only way Jokic is getting traded if he says he wants to be
That's
traded.
true. But, dude, you see a bunch of videos of him and Luka at the All-Star game. They're obviously friends.
No,
Like,
yeah.
They obviously have a good
Yeah.
relationship.
Yeah.
Mavs are gonna have to send House if they want
Oh,
somebody like
yeah.
that. Like they're gonna have to
It's
give
going to
up
be a lot.
Because they're
everybody
giving up
besides
KP.
Luka.
Here's the thing: if they traded for Jokic, they give up KP, 2 first-round picks, and then someone else
Like
that's decent. Hardaway,
Which I'll be
Maybe,
fine.
but
with,
no,
'cause
I'd be
Hardaway,
perfectly fine
Kleba,
if they traded Hardaway.
no shade to Tim Hardaway, but like,
He just...
Josh Richardson. It'd
I
have to
don't-
be someone
yeah.
like that.
Har-
But
yeah.
they don't have.
but
a
like we're
third
talking
guy.
Jokic, so I'm like,
Yeah.
send anybody but
Yeah.
Luka, and I'll be fine.
Mhm.
But it would be like 2 first-round picks.
It'll be a lot.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be a lot.
But I think if
it's-
Jokic ended up coming to the Mavs, then
that puts them in
other
the
people-
contention
yeah.
because that will make more people want to come to the
veteran
Mavs.
free agents would want to come to the Mavs. Let's just say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who's your
Yeah.
fourth?
Fourth is KD.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
KD, I've watched most of his career.
Yeah.
He's one of the most fun players to watch.
I'll give you that. I'm kind of a KD hater, but
Yeah, I agree.
Go
I
on.
understand
Yeah. Yeah.
why.
I recognize that he's super fun to watch.
He
Like
is.
I really do like watching him.
I
but
think before he went
Yeah.
to the Warriors, he was one of the most likable players in the
Oh,
league.
100%.
Dude.
Because you know what? He didn't really. He kind of. Obviously we know it now. He talked his shit online still with the burner
Yeah.
account, but
Bro,
Yeah.
But I think he was very low key, very chill. I would say comparable to like, I don't know. I was gonna compare him to someone in football that just kind of stays like very low key and doesn't talk their shit or whatever. But he didn't for a while, and I think him being like quiet and just showing up, playing basketball, and we've never seen a player like him before. Imagine being 7 foot tall
Yeah.
and doing the shit that he does. So.
it's nuts.
I agree that he's a fun player to watch. He's just personally not one of my. I can't put him in my top 5 at all because I'm not a fan.
No, I understand.
You
I
know.
understand. I'm gonna have to give some honorable mentions too.
Okay.
Because
Go ahead.
All right, number 5.
number 5 for me is Kawhi.
Interesting.
Wow, no LeBron. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Why
love-
would you put? I'm interested to hear. Why would you put Kawhi and KD over LeBron?
See,
What makes you do that?
I've never been a LeBron guy. I respect his legacy. I respect his greatness.
Mm-hmm.
He's just never been, someone that I was like, oh damn, I really want to watch this game where I think he's gonna, go off this game.
Was like 2016 like the only time you probably did that?
I was cheering against him in 2016. I
Really?
was cheering for the Warriors that year.
See, every year I was cheering for LeBron.
I think.
When they had a chance to come back, I was like, all right.
Really?
See, for
Cavs.
me, I've already said this. I'm a huge Mavs fan, big Dallas guy.
So that
The
finals,
2011
yeah.
Oh.
finals really swayed my decision.
That was the best
when
night of my life when they
Yeah.
beat them.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I was like, fuck you,
Yeah.
LeBron.
So I just,
Yeah.
I don't know. I never liked him after the 2011 finals.
Got you.
That doesn't mean that I don't respect his greatness. I think I already said this.
True.
I think he's the greatest the best all-around player of all time.
Mm-hmm.
But I've never been just a huge fan of him.
Mm-hmm. I respect that. I think that's reasonable.
It's okay.
Obviously, like
Talk more about Kawhi though. I want to
Because we're not really. I mean, I feel like
okay.
I feel like
I wanna hear about why his
it's
ass is
okay. I
number
feel like
5.
this list is okay not to have LeBron though,
No, it's
because
it's
we're not
totally
talking
fair.
straight up
It's
skill.
no.
It's fair.
Skill wise, LeBron is number 1 for me.
Yeah.
My top 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But this is like the amount like you liked him
Yeah.
as a
Yeah.
all around.
This is
not
just
really.
giving the audience
Like there's no way Jason Tatum is my number
background.
1 if
Yeah,
we're talking straight
yeah.
skill.
Oh yeah.
So it's like
yeah.
I'd
It's just
be-
giving
I'd
the
be
background
smoking
of
if I
how
said
we're
that.
biased.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kawhi. I mean, he's just like. What has he done for anyone to not like him? He's just a meme.
I guess
he's,
nothing.
Exactly.
But he hasn't. I don't think he's done anything for me to be like, damn, I really love him. And
Really?
the only reason why I say that is because, 1, he's not a clutch guy. He's had one clutch shot, and it was a lucky fucking shot at the end of the shot clock to win a game 7, and it was absolute bullshit. The Sixers probably would have won that game.
No,
in
that was
overtime.
straight luck. I agree.
So, I mean, for me to want to watch you, that's why Dame Lillard is number 3 for me. By the way, because he hits clutch shots and he's fucking fun to watch. Kawhi isn't that fun to watch to me because while he's a great player, okay, what I see him like. Okay, let's go back last year to the playoff series against the Mavs. What did he do to the Mavs? Fucking go inside and hit mid-range pull-up jumpers the whole fucking game. Now, if I'm wanting to be entertained, I'm not entertained by that.
I agree with that. The reason I like Kawhi, he's not on social media. He doesn't give a fuck about any of that. He's there to play basketball.
Yo, did you see that the one time I've only seen Kawhi on the internet was like I'm stuttering internet.
You're glitching right now, bro.
I got a little stutter. Okay, there was a video of him at a strip club. Did somebody
Yeah,
record it?
yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Something happened with the.
Oh, the battery.
Low battery.
Jeez, this camera's
I'll change
Lots
the
of
bullshit.
technical
Yeah.
difficulties
We
right
can
now.
keep going. I'll just
Yeah,
change the
well,
camera.
I'll talk about this.
Damn.
Like there was a video of him like having this girl like
Oh yeah, I
throwing
saw
ass
that.
on him, right?
Yeah, and
But he had those big ass like huge hands,
he had no facial expression at all. He was just
and
like,
he was just like sitting there, just nonchalantly, just throwing like
yeah.
ones at her, and I was like, that is such a
He
Kawhi
is.
thing to do.
He has. I mean, like
He had no facial expression. He was just sitting
Yeah.
there, still throwing ones on this girl, and I was like, what in the world?
he's one of those guys where you have to respect his upbringing too, because he acts the way he does because he's seen some shit in his life. He saw his dad get shot right in front of him,
Really?
and die. Yeah,
Damn.
like he's probably fucked up in the head, and he's just like he's not a social guy, and he probably like there's people that make memes about him on the internet and stuff, and he just I mean
Yeah.
he probably doesn't really understand any of that. He's not.
Oh, yeah.
He's not very
All right, we're back.
social when it
We had
comes.
some
Back
camera
on video.
issues.
We're good.
We're having some bad camera issues,
I
but
think
we're
the
learning.
The screen will just be black on YouTube for the
Yeah,
camera,
I'll
That's
just
cool.
edit it out.
but yeah, I didn't know that about Kawhi.
No,
Yeah.
that's terrible.
Yeah,
Yeah. My honorable mentions:
yeah. Give us your honorable mentions.
Steph,
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Giannis.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Nobody mentioned Giannis.
Yeah.
See, I feel like
Nobody
Giannis is
mentioned
not like the
Giannis.
most like if we're talking about like just straight people just like liking him. I don't think he's.
He's cool. I like Giannis. There's no reason to not like Giannis.
No, I know, but like I feel like people aren't gonna really choose him.
Talk
Yeah,
about a guy
no,
who really grinded too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Facts. His whole family, bro.
Did you
Yeah.
hear about that story where he was a rookie and he didn't have a ride to the stadium, so
Yeah.
he was just running like he jogged to the stadium?
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for one of his games. That's
Yeah.
fucking insane.
Because he was sending all of his money back to Greece.
Yeah, he was
insane.
giving it to his
I remember him
family,
talking
yeah.
about like he, like whenever he talked about in an interview though, he talked about like when he bought an apartment,
Mhm.
he was like by himself and he was like had to like FaceTime his family in Greece and he was like the only one that was
Yeah.
like not in Greece
Yeah.
and he's in the NBA.
Yeah.
and just sending money to them.
Yeah.
And he was just like living like
That's kind of a hardship too,
normal
because you
in
don't
the U.S. like
you come to the U.S. and you just know nothing about any of the culture, anything. So it would be pretty hard.
shout out to Giannis. So that's crazy.
Yeah.
And
I'm sorry we didn't have him in our any of our top fives. He definitely is deserving of it, but he's just not.
Personally, I'm
my
sure there's
personally
a
favorite
good
player,
amount of like most people would probably put him in there.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
And then my third, Donovan Mitchell.
Wow.
I love Donovan
I think
Mitchell.
that's a good pick.
Yeah, he's fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Great young player.
Shout out Donnie.
Lots of potential.
Yeah.
He reminds me of Dwayne Wade.
Really?
Yeah.
That's facts. Okay, can we talk about though that Baylor guy that literally is his twin?
Oh yeah. What's his name? It starts with the D too. It sounds like Donovan.
Davion
Mitchell.
Yeah.
And
They
he had
literally
the
are the
same
exact same
number as him,
number.
the same body type,
Dude.
same shot form,
Like
everything,
there's no
dude.
way. Like they're literally like long lost brothers or something.
That's crazy.
They have to be.
Oh, speaking of that, have you guys heard of the conspiracy theory of Jimmy Butler being Michael Jordan's son?
Yes.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Because it could be true. Like it
It's
has
insane.
a lot of potential to be
Do you
true.
know the details
do
of
a
that?
little
Like,
rundown
could
of
you
that.
describe
Yeah.
it?
So
That's insane.
he's
bro.
from Houston, right? We already
Yeah.
talked about that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan had a game in Houston 9 months before Jimmy Butler was born.
Really?
Whoa.
And, you never know what Michael Jordan got into when he was
Yeah.
before games and shit. You look at the facial structure of Jimmy Butler, same nose, same facial type, same everything.
I'm about to look this up.
And his mother saying, "I don't like the look of you," when she kicked him out, maybe Jimmy Butler reminded her of Michael Jordan. Maybe who knows,
Whoa.
dude? Look
feel
at
like-
just look.
Sorry
feel like
for
it's a
look at
stretch,
screaming,
but-
but like that is nuts.
Is it very similar?
Look at that. That's kind of
Let me
weird.
see.
I'll insert the photo here.
Oh yeah, I could definitely see it.
Like,
That'd be weird.
It's interesting,
Yeah.
and yeah. So
dang, Wade is looking
He does-
sexy right now.
holy
You can't see
shit,
him right
Scott.
now, but he
Wait,
is
come
dressed
over
up.
here. Get on the camera.
Yeah,
Get on the
let,
camera,
Let, let,
Scott.
let
Show
Wade
you
join
guys
here
one
real
by
quick.
one.
Where
Where
are you
where
going, bro? Where you going?
You going on a
Where are you
date?
going?
Oh
He's
yeah.
going on a
Oh, look
date.
at you.
Formal on Thursday.
Oh, you're
Ah,
just trying
you're
on.
just
you're
flexing
trying
on
the
us.
clothes?
Yeah.
You're just
Okay,
flexing on us.
okay.
You
For
look
those,
good, man.
for those not watching on YouTube, our roommate walked in with a full fucking 4-piece.
I got a little
suit up in this
starstruck
bitch.
there for a second.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
No.
hot.
Pause. No, but that's crazy though. That's weird to
Yeah.
think about because
And he doesn't know who his dad is.
really
He knows who his mom is. He doesn't know who his dad is.
Really has no clue.
No idea.
No clue. And you
No.
would figure if he wasn't Michael Jordan, right? Then this dad, if Jimmy Butler's making
How
$30
famous he
million
is.
a year,
Yeah.
you'd figure his dad would be like, "Hey, let me get a
Mhm.
piece of that pie,"
that's true. But like he could not like the dad could not know that it's him
True.
too.
True.
Yeah.
But that's
But
weird to
It's
think
definitely
about.
a weird situation. I also want to talk
Yeah.
about last night.
Let's talk about
Yeah,
last
let's-
night.
So last night we watched Steph Curry go off for fucking 53 points and 10 3-pointers made in one game. And I got to say, he might be close to becoming one of the most influential players. I mean, he probably already
Close. This man
Is
changed
he-
the game
is-
completely.
I think
Is he the most influential
Who do you think tops
player
him
of
right
all
now,
time? I
if
guess
he's not?
nobody.
Nobody.
I guess nobody.
He changed the game based off like shooting.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the game wasn't like look at the game now. It's like completely different than when he like started
Yeah.
shooting the threes. Like
Yeah.
the shots he takes during games is a shot that you're getting benched for any other player.
Honestly, the closest person to him, when it
Yeah.
comes to most influential player, is
Yeah.
Dirk.
Really?
If you think about it,
I think so
Because
too
of the
because of the
stretch-
fadeaway.
7
Stretch
foot
forward
stretch
position.
forward, yeah, shooter.
Yeah.
He can
I
play
agree.
any. He can be around any part of the fucking court
Yeah.
and just score.
So I think getting back to the Steph thing though, me and Alex had an argument. So they showed a clip of Steph doing his pregame drill of like just basically spotting up and just shooting shots from the logo and hit like the clip that they showed. He probably hit like 4 or 5 in a row.
He hit 4 or 5.
But there was definitely a longer clip. Okay.
Yeah.
And we had an argument to say like who I wasn't saying that Steph was a better logo shooter like in game. Obviously, Dame's better because so we thought that.
Well, Dame actually takes those shots. Steph doesn't.
Yeah,
take any of those
but like
shots.
then you can't compare them. Because
I
if
was just
Steph
saying-
was taking that shots, I'm sure he would
Here's what
be a
you
good
said.
percentage.
Here's what Preston said last night. He said, "I don't think anybody else in the league is doing that." And I said, "What? The drill?
The drill. I'm talking straight the drill where you're sitting there.
The drill? Damian Lillard is doing that all day."
Well,
day.
when I asked you about it, you said, it's a fact. And then I was like, okay,
Yeah.
pull me up, pull the video up and show me. And you were like,
I don't know.
I don't know if there's actually a video.
I
So I'm
don't
like,
know.
why are you saying it's factual? That's what I was saying. Because if you got to choose between putting Steph or Damian Lillard in that drill to just straight up spot up and getting a pass and shooting it, I'm taking Steph
Well, yeah,
every
you're
day.
going to take the fucking best shooter of all time. But
That's
I'm
what I
saying
was. That's what I was trying to
I'm
get
saying
around.
that Damian Lillard.
Yeah.
Damian
Lillard?
Lillard is
Lillard.
He's also doing that fucking. He's doing the same.
Damian
fucking
Lillard's
drill.
better in game. I'm
By
talking.
the way, he's doing the same fucking drill and he's hitting the same amount of shots as Steph Curry. And I'm not saying one is better shooter than the other.
I think Steph's
I'm not
better
comparing
shooter.
shooters. Steph is obviously the better shooter. Okay.
I'm talking
Damian
straight
Lillard
doing
is
that
the better
drill.
shooter.
I'd rather
But
have
straight doing that drill. If they're fucking taking shots from the logo, Dame can hit just as many as Steph can. And obviously, it's backed up by him doing it in the fucking game.
Okay, but doing it in the game is still different than doing it in the drill.
I just don't think Steph wants to take those shots.
What's
in
your
the game.
opinion? Because doing
okay.
it, can you agree with me that doing it in a drill where there's no defender
but bro,
is different than doing it in the
bro,
game?
Honestly,
fucking
dude.
Damian Lillard, if he's hitting those shots in the game, he's obviously hitting them in practice.
Preston, I don't agree with you. I think Dame
You would take
is
Dame
just as
over
capable.
Steph
I
in
don't
the
take
drill?
no. That's not the argument.
Again, the argument is I'm not
Yeah.
saying that I'm taking Dame over Steph.
No.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that Dame, if they're doing the drill, like first of all, Dame is doing that drill, and then number two, he's probably hitting those shots that Steph is hitting. If you're taking those shots in the game, there's no fucking way.
Yeah, but I'm talking.
You're not hitting those
the
shots.
only thing I was saying yesterday is if you're choosing between if your life to. Okay, this is gonna sound like Max Kellerman or whatever, but if you got to choose between either of them doing that drill, like to win a bet or something, I'm taking Steph. That's all I was saying.
Maybe.
I'm taking Steph over Dame, easily.
Yeah,
Maybe not easily, but like I'm still taking
I mean-
Steph over Dame.
I think I would too.
That's all I was saying. I'm not saying
okay.
Dame is a better. Obviously Dame I think is better in game, but if you're talking strictly that drill, that he's sitting on the logo, spotting up, getting a pass from his trainer and shooting it, I'm taking Steph over Dame in that drill any day.
That's fair. Yesterday you said.
That's what I was trying to portray. It might have
Okay.
came off differently,
Yesterday
but that's what I
I
was trying
thought
to
you were
say.
saying that like there's no way Steph isn't doing. I mean, there's no way Dame isn't doing that, and I was like,
No,
there's
I know
definitely a
Dame's gonna
fucking
do that. He
way.
does it in the game. That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
I
That's what I
thought-
was saying
because
Dame
I was
is definitely
like-
practicing that.
I think because they're not showing Dame doing that drill, right? I don't think I've ever seen him do that drill. I'm not saying he doesn't do it.
That was your argument. You said there's no video of Dame doing that
Like
drill.
I think
and
if he
one-
was
like,
doing it as
he's
well
not
as
gonna hit
Steph,
his-
they'd be showing it, wouldn't they?
No, he's definitely doing it as well as Steph.
Why aren't
so,
they
too.
showing it?
Because Steph is
because
Steph
they
is
suck off
Steph
Steph.
Curry.
And they,
Dude,
they,
like I
I
said,
don't agree.
when we
I
were
don't
watching this
disagree,
game
but
yesterday-
like that's a crazy
when we
thing
were
to
watching
do.
this game yesterday, what did I say? I said ESPN is fucking loving this. They
Yeah.
love it when
Oh
Steph
yeah.
goes off.
No, I'm not denying that, but I'm saying if Dame does that same thing, I'm sure they'll show it.
Yeah.
But they're not.
I'm
So it's
sure
like,
they
why
will.
aren't they showing it? If because he's probably doing it,
Yeah. I mean, he is.
or he could not be.
But if he's not doing it, then you're saying he's only pulling them in the game.
I mean,
he's
I'm sure
definitely-
he practices it, but I'm
Yeah.
like,
So
if
then
he's
just
making
not
it
doing
like as
on
constantly
camera.
and as many in a row as Steph,
Dude, he fucking is.
They're gonna be
There's no way
showing
he's
it.
pulling them in the game if he doesn't. There's no way he's fucking hitting that shot.
I'm sure he
to
does.
win a
I
fucking
mean, I bet
playoff
he
series.
is, but like, I just haven't
Yeah.
seen it. And
Practice-
maybe it's because they suck Steph off, which is probably the case.
Yeah.
practice has got to convert to the game.
Yeah.
So if he's doing it in the game, he's got to be practicing. it
Yeah.
Yeah.
all the time.
I just still would take Steph in that drill over Dame.
I would
if
too.
They're doing.
Yeah.
That's all I was trying to say.
I would too. That's
But it turned into
that's
like I
unanimous.
was like you're like me. I was like shut the fuck up. Like I would not. I didn't want to hear from this kid.
It
'Cause
was,
I think
it was
I think we
heated
got
last
confused about what we were trying to argue about.
Yeah, it sounded like another LeBron debate.
Yeah, probably.
All right. Do we have any other topics that aren't basketball?
We could. Excuse me. We could talk about the Suns if we think.
That's basketball.
No, I said that aren't basketball.
Oh,
Any topics that aren't basketball? We could talk about
the fight, the TikTok fight.
Let's go ahead and talk about the TikTok YouTuber.
This is
fight
like a
that's about to
complete
go down.
180.
Yeah, it
But,
is.
like,
it's still sports
It's something
related.
that's like really popular right now,
Yeah, I think
especially like in the TikTok community because TikTok is like the thing right now.
we should definitely talk about this. I think. Okay, so
I'll pull up
for-
the lineup because
okay, yeah,
I don't know a lot of the people on there. Like, I know like the main people,
Yeah.
but some of the YouTubers like I don't know because I'm not big into YouTube anymore.
yeah. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, there's a YouTube versus TikTok star
I'll insert the photo.
boxing match that is going down. I don't know the exact date of it, but it is
June
coming up-
5th.
June 5th. It's coming up pretty quickly. We have, I think the main card is Bryce Hall versus
Austin McBroom.
Austin
Which-
McBroom.
Okay, there's just I'm on TikTok a good amount actually, but like
So Bryce Hall's the TikToker. Austin
Austin
McBroom is apparently a
so there was
YouTuber.
a recently like this guy I've never even heard of, but I guess he's pretty big on like YouTube or something. His name's like Stromedy
Mhm.
or something. I saw it on TikTok. Like he sparred Bryce.
Interesting.
And apparently it was pretty even because Bryce, I guess, was calling him out because Bryce is
okay.
kind of a hothead.
Yeah.
So it's like he was like, "Oh, if you're talking all this shit, just fight me."
Yeah.
And so like he was on another podcast is where I saw it, and he was like, you know, like, and there was video of the spar, and it was like Stromy hit
It's
him,
pretty-
he hit him
really?
pretty
Okay.
hard. And like, I mean, I think
I think
Bryce
you're just
would
about
win.
as big as what, Bryce? You're just
Hell
about as
no,
big
Bryce
As,
is a lot bigger than me.
oh, he is.
His arms are huge. Yeah,
Is he as tall as you?
But like, how
I'm
tall
taller.
is
He's
he?
not that tall. I don't
Oh.
think. I think he's
Okay.
like maybe 6 foot.
Oh, okay.
I could be wrong. If
Yeah.
he's like 6'3", I'm gonna
mean,
get shit. But
what
like,
I know nothing.
He doesn't
about,
look that tall.
I know nothing
Yeah.
about. I know more about Bryce Hall than I do Austin McBroom or whatever.
I don't
but
know about any of them.
yeah, but Austin McBroom is pretty fucking big. Also,
Really?
they're both short, but they're both like pretty built. Like
But
Bryce
also-
is built.
yeah, but also that guy is like way older than
He's like
Bryce.
32.
So imagine
33?
being a 32-year-old
Maybe.
fighting a fucking 20-year-old, 21-year-old.
I think about how much money he's gonna.
Dude, yeah.
throw
You know how
off
much
of it.
money Bryce is getting
Yeah.
paid? It's like 10 million.
Bryce Hall is getting paid $5 million for stepping in the ring. Okay,
Is it
Yeah.
He's getting
5?
4%. He's getting 4% of
Of
all
the-
pay-per-view
Damn,
royalties.
that I would do that shit.
Yeah.
I would step in
I
the
would
ring with
100%.
any of them right
Okay.
now if I got
Okay,
paid that
would
much
you?
money.
Okay,
100%.
think about this
I would
though.
be knocked out by fucking.
I would gladly
Conor
get
McGregor.
knocked
Yeah,
out
yeah.
by
If you
Bryce
okay,
Hall
so
to
if
get
you were
10
stepping in
million.
the ring with Mike Tyson or Conor McGregor and you were making that much money, would you do it?
100 fucking percent.
Really?
Hell yeah.
100%.
Well,
$5
I mean,
million. $5
I feel like
million.
if you're fighting Conor McGregor, you're gonna get way more than 5 mil, because these guys.
Okay,
aren't
yeah.
as
No, I think
big
so
in the
too.
Boxing, like half these dudes, like the
Yeah.
bottom
What's the
people,
card?
like
name,
I don't give a
name,
fuck.
Name off the card.
Tanner Fox versus Nick Austin. Like I don't know. I know
Okay.
Tanner Fox kind of.
Okay, keep going.
I don't know Nick Austin. Oh wait, he's the guy that's dating Madison Beer.
Oh really?
He's dating Madison Beer. Like that's the
What a
only reason
lucky
I know him.
motherfucker.
Yeah, for real.
Go ahead.
Okay, the other
Who's-
one's FaZe Jarvis.
Mhm. I don't know who that is.
Obviously, he's in FaZe. And
Okay.
Michael Lee. I don't know who Michael Lee is at all.
Mm-mm.
DDG versus Nate Wyatt. I know DDG because I used to watch him before he did
Who?
music. DDG.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nate Wyatt's a TikToker. He's in like the whatever
Hype House.
house
Oh yeah,
something.
one of the houses.
There's I don't know if Taylor Holder has an opponent yet.
Oh, he's supposed to fight somebody though.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, because I've seen all over TikTok like Taylor Holder and Bryce Hall like showed up at Stromedy's house and was like beefing with him or something.
I need someone like Mr. Beast. in
Dude,
this.
I'd
That's
love
something. I
Danny
would
Duncan's
watch.
in this.
Oh, yeah. I'll be
Danny
rooting for
Duncan
Danny
is
Duncan.
on this photo I'm looking at. It doesn't show who Danny Duncan's fighting,
Mhm.
but he's fighting somebody. I could see Danny Duncan fighting Taylor Holder. That'd be interesting.
See, I don't.
See, I would watch that.
I would watch that because
Yeah.
Danny Duncan's
Yeah.
fucking
I
hilarious.
don't know if I'm just out of the loop, but I don't know who more than half these
No, I
people.
don't.
No,
I
yeah,
don't
like
know.
So-
I'm not like I just see these people on TikTok. Like it's
Yeah.
not like I like know all of their life stories or
Like
whatever.
I know who Bryce Hall is,
I
but
know
I
who
think
he
I
is,
wouldn't
yeah.
know who he was if he wasn't dating Addison Rae.
That's
Yeah,
That's
the
true.
only reason I know of him.
I guess they were like, I heard something that they were like kind of a, what was the group before them that was like a boy group that like blew up?
Oh,
Like when like
I don't know.
what's the other app too before, not Vine, but
I couldn't tell you, dude.
Triller,
no, it's like the one where they did like the weird like
Musically.
yes,
Oh,
they got like famous on Musically apparently.
Oh, really?
I remember that.
And then
actually.
when Musically like died, they got
I
on
guess
TikTok.
it converts over. Yeah.
Like Vine went to YouTube or like
Yeah.
literally like it's weird. Like if you get famous on a app and then it like dies off, like they always like transfer over to something else. Like Vine went to YouTube.
Yeah.
And
No,
then
100%.
Musically went to TikTok.
All the Viners are on YouTube now.
Yeah.
Unless
Which
you're King,
the
King
Viners
Bash
going
is
to
on
YouTube is
regular stuff.
way better than the Musically going to
Yes.
TikTok.
Yeah. Yeah. TikTok Creator Fund does not pay you as much as YouTube does.
Oh yeah, no, YouTube pays you a ridiculous like
Yeah.
it's insane.
Per
Like
video.
yeah.
Yeah.
and
you
then
can maybe
also
make
KSI's
20K.
brother is fighting Vinny Hacker.
Oh, that.
Deji.
No, I kind of like that.
Deji is so
I don't
funny,
even-
bro.
Yeah, that one's funny. That one's.
I think
definitely
Deji will
I
win
think
because
this
I
is
saw a
all-
video of Vinny Hacker like
Really?
boxing, and I was like, he doesn't look that good. He
See,
could be better now,
funny. I think this is all just for memes and.
dude. It's
shits and
literally all
giggles
for
and-
money.
Yeah.
It's money. Literally,
It's-
this would
if
not
you-
be happening if they weren't probably getting each like a
Yeah.
million or more.
If you think about it, it's a good ass idea.
oh yeah, no, people are gonna watch it.
Yeah.
I'll probably watch it.
Like it's not.
What
it's
do
not
y'all?
for,
What is your opinion though on what it does for the sport of boxing? Fuck.
Here we
Damn,
go
another
again. Here we
mic
go
stand
again.
down. We gotta fix this shit.
Yeah.
No, it's cool.
I think, like, I think it doesn't hurt the sport as much as like people like Logan Paul fighting Floyd Mayweather. I think that hurts the sport way more.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Because
this
it's
is
two
just
amateur fighters.
like this isn't real boxing.
No.
Boxing, like they're not gonna step. None of these guys are gonna step in the ring with Floyd Mayweather.
No.
I mean, I respect Logan Paul for doing it or going to do
I
it.
doubt that's
I mean,
ever gonna happen, but
yeah, I don't.
But I don't think
I mean-
this YouTube TikTok thing is gonna ruin the sport
No.
of boxing.
no.
Because if somehow
it's
like
just
Logan
entertainment.
like gets in the ring with Floyd and wins somehow,
Everyone's gonna think it was fixed if that
Yeah.
happens.
But there's
because-
no way. I don't think there's.
and I don't think it'll
one-
even happen
one.
because of weight classes.
If we're being honest, there's no way fucking Logan Paul can beat Floyd Mayweather.
That's
I
what
don't
I'm
even think
saying.
it could happen
So-
because they have to be in the same class.
Yeah.
No,
to fight.
and if somehow he does beat him, it's
it's like, well,
not
what
going to
the
be
fuck?
valid, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
because everyone's going to think it was just. It's not going to be valid.
He definitely weighs more than.
Yeah,
Floyd
and it's
can.
like they're not going to do it
Close.
because Logan Paul weighs like twice as much as Floyd.
Yeah.
I'm struggling right now, everyone.
Just
Here,
don't,
I'll hold
don't
this.
watch me. Yeah, hold that.
So I don't think it hurts the sport. I mean, I think it's all publicity.
Yeah, I don't
For
think
sure.
I don't because it's not.
If I was in
really
their position, I
about-
would for sure do it.
It's not really about boxing.
No,
This is not what that's about. It's just about
That's-
entertainment.
that definitely can go up.
I
and
would
down, but-
compare this
No,
boxing
it's cool,
match
it's cool.
to WWE.
Yeah, kind
I
of.
agree.
It's
with that.
literally the same shit.
It's all fixed.
It's
I
not
guess.
gonna. I'm not saying that it's necessarily gonna be fixed, but the point of it is entertainment. The point of it is
Oh
not.
yeah, for sure.
The point of it is not sports.
Yeah.
Because if we're talking sports, then I'm gonna watch a regular like fucking boxing match.
Oh, listen
you
to
know?
this. Do you consider like KSI and Logan Paul like actually like good boxers?
No,
No,
we
No.
watched the
No.
fight live, and it wasn't anything
it's
that
not.
you know.
It's
all
nowhere
entertainment,
Near, it's
like, yeah.
nowhere near what these
Yeah.
what these boxers, the professional boxers that actually train their whole life to do these fights. It's nowhere near that.
Yeah.
However, I can recognize that it's entertainment.
Yeah,
And
for
for
sure.
the people calling it, oh, it's bullshit that they're doing this, or like it's gonna
Nah.
hurt the sport, I disagree.
I guarantee you, like anybody that had the opportunity, like if you're Bryce Hall or Austin McBroom, like, all right, you're gonna get 10 million if you go in the ring and fight this dude for like 30 minutes.
Obviously,
No.
you're getting
100
What
fucking
the
percent.
fuck? Why would you
Yeah.
not do that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't care who you are. You could
Yeah.
knock me out first round. I'm still getting 10 mil.
yeah, 100%.
Like half these guys probably don't even. I mean, they make more money than most people, but like Michael Lee, I've never even heard of this guy. So
Yeah.
like he's probably not making that much money.
Yeah,
And he's probably getting like a mil.
yeah.
So it's like, why not?
yeah,
Dude, honestly, some random fucker could just go on the internet and be like, Yeah.
Let me fucking fight you.
I'm gonna fight Conor McGregor.
I could-
let me
I
challenge
could-
this. Yeah, let me challenge this
Somebody
weak
could
motherfucker.
just like pick Danny Duncan and be like, Danny Duncan, you
Yeah.
bitch, I'm gonna fight you.
I know,
right now.
and then it'll get a bunch of hype.
if
and be
if
like,
Danny
That's basically
Duncan
what happened.
comments on this video and is like, I want to fight you, I'll do it right now.
Yeah, that's basically what I mean. Isn't that what happened with KSI and Logan Paul?
yeah,
And then they just talk shit
'Cause
to each
when did
other
they
for no
when
reason.
did they fucking have beef like before?
Never.
Never.
And
They
then
were
they would
just
just
like,
have
oh,
that,
we're
like
gonna
all that
fight.
beef was just fake because like it's just for show to like pipe up the fight.
Yeah, and real fighters do it too. I'm sure like Conor McGregor doesn't hate every opponent that he faces.
Oh
you know?
no, I doubt it.
But to build the publicity for the fight, I mean, you gotta have some beef there.
and I'm
I think
sure.
it definitely builds
yeah.
the credibility of.
Yeah, I'm sure Dana White tells them before. They have the face-offs.
Oh, the UFC guys.
Yeah, they're
yeah.
like, yo, you guys have to make this entertaining. You have to act
Yeah.
like you fucking hate each other.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah. What's
they
the
do
point
that.
if you don't?
I know you can't just be like
They're just gonna make
have a
out.
good fight, man. Let's make this mutual.
Yeah.
No, you can't do that. You have to be intense about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to be a huge UFC fan.
Yeah.
I was never into it
Dude, I was
just
the
because like
biggest-
you'd always have to like pay per view
I
for it.
literally was the biggest. I would buy all the fights. I liked back when the UFC was like Anderson Silva
Yeah.
and Rashad Evans, when John Jones wasn't on drugs, and just like it was a good time.
Yeah.
And I kind of like it more than the new UFC. I'm not saying that it changed. I think I just had like, I had my favorites. I was a huge John Jones fan and everything. So I had my favorites already picked.
Mhm.
And then when those guys got older, I just stopped watching. I just never really watched it after that. I really liked watching Anderson Silva fight, and I was actually in like classes for like jiu-jitsu and stuff. So like I was in the know of like what all they were doing.
Mhm.
So that's why I was a fan. But now like it doesn't really interest me that much. I would watch it for free, but I wouldn't pay for it,
Yeah. See, for me, this might be the case for most people, or some people. I just enjoy watching guys beat the shit out of each other. So it doesn't
I
really
like watching,
matter.
like, MMA. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter
it doesn't
who
matter
is.
who's fighting.
Just
Whether
people, like, beating
it's a
the shit out of
different
each
weight
other.
class or something. People just care about people just going at each
Yeah.
other and just throwing haymakers at each other and throwing kicks and shit and seeing blood. Like, that's all that matters to people. Obviously, someone like Conor McGregor, like
I think
that's
that's why he was popular though, because he didn't take people to the ground. He wanted to fight them up top.
yeah.
He wanted to
Yeah.
fucking spar.
See, someone like Khabib, honestly, he's a good fighter, but he's not entertaining to watch because he
just
just
puts
wants to
everybody on the ground.
choke you out,
Yeah.
and he wants to just
I
hold
like the
you.
dudes that are gonna jump and
Oh, yeah.
knee you in the
Yeah.
face.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
And since we're not experts about it, I mean, it's
Oh,
definitely
no,
more
yeah.
fun to. It's
Hell
definitely more
if I
fun to
know.
watch
Yeah.
people like square up and like fight with their
yeah, that's
punches and
that's-
kicks.
Dude, I just
Get on
hate
the
that
ground.
like the first Logan Paul KSI fight was so anticlimactic,
Yeah.
and like
I forgot there was two fights.
shout out to Dave Portnoy, but they were just wiggle dicking each other, like they were literally just doing nothing,
Yeah.
Let's transition to the
like they were
To
just
the-
sitting there.
to the Dave Portnoy,
We could transition to Dave
Yeah.
Portnoy, dude,
Yeah.
because I love that motherfucker.
to the
Yeah.
sex tape.
Like,
well, I
he-
have my
Scandal thing.
opinions about Dave Portnoy, but I
I do too.
okay.
I do
y'all
too.
love to.
Let's start off by this. So, like, I love their old videos. Like, whenever like Barstool was like
you
nothing.
like Barstool in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dream is to work for Barstool, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that place is so like looks so fun to work at, bro. So I was watching one of their old YouTube videos, and it was Dave when he was like older, not older, but he was younger, and he was like fat, and Barstool was like nothing, and he went to the lingerie girls like sports like football league, bro. I didn't know how like fucking aggressive these girls are, bro.
Oh,
He,
I
this
don't
shit
know.
is like
I've
the
seen
same
highlights of it.
physicality. This is as physical as a fucking NFL game, bro.
They don't wear
I'm
pads.
not
too.
fucking lying.
They don't wear
They don't.
pads or anything.
No, they wear like thin shoulder
that's
pads.
all they have. The
and
shoulder
they're
pads, and
fucking,
it's
like
Yeah.
destroying
Yeah.
each other, bro.
they do have helmets too.
Like
Yeah.
the entire
okay.
video, Dave like goes in and he's like he's like interviewing the girls, and he's like bro. One time he was interviewing the girls, and like like some smoke comes up, and he was like, "Are we about to make out?" And
What
he was
the
just
fuck?
like messing with them, bro. He's so funny, bro.
I
Like-
remember being about 8 or maybe around 8 to 10, okay? And I would go on MTV as a kid, and I would see it pop up, okay? But it would be like in the guide section of the TV.
See what? Like the lingerie football league?
But I remember specifically this moment of me going to my mom at 10 years old, and I said, "Hey, Mom," like, and I just watched this on TV, and I said, "Hey, Mom, like, I watched this new sport on TV. It's called lingerie football." I said, I didn't know how to pronounce lingerie. I said, "Hey, Mom."
Lingerie.
I said, "There's lingerie football on the TV." She was like, "What?" And I said, "Yeah, lingerie football." And she said, "What are you talking about?" And I said, "Oh, it's women's football." Like, I thought it was just women's football. I didn't know it was like a sex thing.
And it's really not lingerie though. Like, it's just bra, like sports bras.
Yeah.
But at the time,
I mean, it doesn't matter.
At the time, I was like 10, so I don't even know if I was like getting hard yet. But like,
golly.
But like, I mean, I was 10, and I remember watching it and just telling my mom like, "Hey, lingerie football is on the TV."
Those girls, bro, they don't fuck around.
No, they don't. They don't.
Like in that video, like, bro, Dave was like, "Holy shit!" Like, he didn't realize that like these girls were like injuring each other.
They
like,
go at it. That's why I thought it was real
like
football.
fucking
I thought
nailing.
I thought that this was a real sport.
And dude, and they can actually play.
Yeah.
Like the girl that like is the quarterback for them, like she was like darting it, and I was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah.
I underestimated it even like 6 years after the video was posted.
No, they're
I was
not
like,
bad, but the only reason they're out there is because like they're in lingerie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the business,
Which
but like,
sucks.
like the whole video though was so funny because at halftime, I realized that I lied to you earlier. He didn't go in the middle of the game. It was like at halftime thing, they had one of the girls like do a 1-on-1 with him, and he was
that's
he was
different.
in a full suit. And like the girl had a football and was running at him, and he was like doing this, and he's like
he
fat
probably got
wasn't
laid
athletic.
out. Yeah, he probably got laid out.
And like he was like sitting there, and he tackled her and like grabbed her, threw her on the ground, and then stepped over her, and she was getting up, and her head just rubbed on his nuts. And like
with the helmet on?
No, she didn't have. Oh
damn!
And so that after the interview, he did it, and he like interviewed her, and he was like, "Oh, so how was?" He was like, "Oh, well, I felt your balls on my head," and he was like, "Yeah, that's what you get when you mess with the bull or something like that."
God damn!
And he was like, "Dude,
Yeah,
his old
That's-
videos, bro, are the best."
because
Because
he
he
like
was
Barstool.
so yes.
I don't.
Why?
See, that's the difference.
You don't have to go
between
into
me and
why, but like I think
I mean,
like because it's just like they just don't give a fuck about like they can just like cuss and do
I
whatever
like
the fuck
that
they want
aspect of it
because
I like
they're
that
media
aspect.
and they can just do whatever the fuck they
Yeah.
want. Like you can sit here and just say like LeBron is my fucking worst player in the league or whatever, and like just not care.
Yeah,
Like
no, I like that aspect of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like them not giving a fuck about what they say.
Yeah.
I think that like Dave Portnoy is just kind of an asshole. Though.
Oh, he's very like arrogant, but like that's how
I
like
just think he's
Barstool
an
is.
asshole. But maybe that's his brand.
That's his brand for sure. Like, yeah, I guess he's just like a.
Yeah, no, I can agree.
But
with
I
you
don't
on
think
that.
Barstool would be like as popular as big if he wasn't a
If
hard ass.
he wasn't an asshole. I mean, I just think he doesn't really have to treat people the way he does to get to the top. To me, somebody who
I think a lot of people probably do that though that are in his position, like own big.
no,
media.
I'm not
It's
saying
just-
that they don't. I'm just saying, I mean, I'm not comparing him to other people. I'm just saying that I don't personally like. I'm not a huge fan of him because I think he's an asshole. I would rather someone else like not act the way he does or have to say. I'm not saying that he's offensive because I think that like most of the stuff he says is probably for comedic purposes, which my opinion is comedy holds no limits. So if you want to joke about whatever, fucking fine, as long as it's a joke. But I think he is kind of an asshole, even if he's not joking. Even if he's even if he is joking, I think he's an asshole. And there's sometimes when he's not joking and he just thinks he's the shit.
Yeah.
And it's like I tend to gravitate more towards people who are a little bit more humble. And again, I don't care if he's if it's really like a joke and like a facade. That's one thing, but if I think you're legit, like an asshole,
Yeah, and
probably not
we
gonna
never
like you that
met him,
much.
so
Yeah.
like we don't know like if he's legit or not. But like,
he might as well be a nice guy. I know he donates a lot of money too.
dude, yeah,
which is
the thing
great.
he did for
Yeah.
the businesses, did that shit turn off again? This fucking camera,
Camera's
bro.
off.
I'm gonna use this break for I really have to pee. I feel like I'm gonna set the world record for longest
let's go
pee.
take a break. Let's
Yeah.
go ahead and take a break.
I'll talk about something real quick while you do that. But like the things he did for the small businesses, bro, crazy. Like he raised like $13 million or something for like small businesses. And like even like the pizza reviews that he does by itself, it's recording. Even like the pizza reviews he did by himself, like that brought so much like revenue to small businesses like around the country that he goes and visits.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because like hella people watch those pizza reviews, like it's insane.
Yeah.
And he just gets to eat pizza and just like rate it and like
And those businesses probably do very
Yeah.
well.
and like I think it was like millions of dollars that he raised for businesses, and it was a fund that people donated to, and he literally just would funnel it to people that were struggling because of COVID, which is amazing. I think that's awesome.
I do respect that.
Yeah.
You can still be an asshole and be generous, though.
Oh yeah.
You can still definitely be an asshole and be generous. You can literally hear Adam's piss in the background right now. That's funny.
$22 million right now. This was posted January 11th, so it might be more.
22 million he raised.
Raised more than 22 million for small businesses during the coronavirus pandemic.
Hats off.
That's
good.
crazy, and that's awesome
Yeah.
because I mean that's what you got to do now, because obviously Barstool probably didn't struggle that much, but like he used his platform into like better people that were struggling, which you don't see a lot of people doing.
Yeah. I guess my main complaint about Barstool is I'm not a huge fan of like frat culture, and I think that they really
I guess to a little bit. They start on like the Saturdays for the boys.
Yeah, they kind of get on that wave a lot, but I think also that's it just kind of has to be their brand. Their brand has to be frat culture, and I guess that's fine. Raising $22 million for small businesses though is pretty sick.
Dude, one of my favorite things that Barstool ever did though was the Storm Chasers. Have you ever seen that?
No, I never saw that.
So basically, these two guys dressed up in like rain suits, and they drove around in a like decked out Suburban, like with like the weather shit on the top, and they would go around to like college basketball games and like sit in the student section and like wait for an upset so they can like storm the court. And they would go until they found they stormed the court, and they called themselves the Storm Chasers.
That's kind of cool. That is
awesome.
Cool. Yeah.
And the dudes were dope. I think it was Caleb and Frankie are their names. Like they're dope too. Like I watched the videos of it, and dude, it looks so fun. They're literally just road tripping to like colleges. It was more of the north, like Indiana, West Virginia, like up near New York probably, because that's where their Barstool is. But yeah, it was sick.
No, that does sound
like they got like smashed by like security a couple times.
Oh yeah.
And like it was just fun. Like that would be something that like would be so sick to do.
Yeah.
Because you get to go watch basketball, and you get to like create awesome content.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never really been that into Barstool, but because of the frat culture, but that is their main following. Like that's a lot of their
I think that's why I was kind of turned
content.
Off by it, because that's not
because
really
I think it might not necessarily be all frat culture, but it's a lot of the young people like in college as a general.
I think it is. They kind of appeal
or like the
party
party scene, or like the
I think mostly it's because like they're obviously not appealing to like young professionals or older people.
I mean, I think the only way they do that is because of sports betting. Sports betting is like what their main thing is, though.
Now,
or like they have that whole thing called the Barstool Sportsbook. So like during the tournament, they had like it's like an app where you bet.
Oh really? Yeah. Like they were being a bookie.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And you could like sign up and put money in there, and they were doing it for you. But like you could only do it if you were in states that I think allowed it.
I didn't know that they did that.
But it was like a new thing, like in the last couple of years. But like they did this whole thing, and like, I mean, Dave probably bets like hella money, just because he's worth like over 100 mil.
Yeah.
But like sports betting is so fun because like you can, if you love sports, it adds an extra aspect to it.
It definitely adds an extra element. Yeah.
But yeah, I think Barstool, because especially like the sports area would be so, like a place that would be sick to play at.
It would. I think it would be a fun.
Because it's
place
laid
to
back.
work at.
You can like.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't. I mean, they drink there, but like it's not like they. I mean, it's very laid back. That's what I like about it. Is that like you can basically do what you want to a certain extent. Like you have to be a decent human being, but like you can just your show can just be whatever the fuck you want.
Oh, yeah.
Like they have a show that like because it's called Because We Got High, and it's a bunch of girls that like talk about like.
See, that's
random
cool.
shit.
I think it's one of those jobs where it doesn't matter what day of the week it is, you're happy to go into work.
Yeah,
Which
like they have
it-
Call
and
Her
that's-
Daddy. Like what? Like that's
Yeah.
like.
Oh, is that their podcast?
That what? Yeah, they
Call
were
Her Daddy is
sponsored.
with Barstool?
They kind of fucked that up though.
Oh, they
There's
do?
a
Like I don't
whole
think
thing.
that they're not doing that anymore.
I
like
think it's
canceled.
still like a Barstool podcast,
Really?
but like Barstool doesn't get like as much.
No, I
profit from it.
thought Barstool completely removed themselves from that.
Wow.
They
Because-
removed it from one of the girls because one of the
Okay.
girls like started this whole shit. It's a long. We could have a whole podcast about that.
Really?
Yeah,
Is
But,
it
like,
that
it was
Alex
just-
girl?
Alex is still a
Yeah.
part of it. Alex is the one that
Oh.
was not as bad. It was the Sophia girl that like dated this dude that like was fucked.
Really?
I thought it was because of money problems where they wanted
It was that
they
too.
wanted more money when it came to the contract that they
And then
signed with Barstool.
Alex came back. Alex Cooper,
Got you.
Mm-hmm.
very fine. Just saying that.
Yeah.
I'm not. I mean, they're both right.
Yeah.
The other girl's attractive.
But like
too.
I guess Alex was one of them that said, "Yo, Dave, like, I want to still be a part of Barstool, and like, I'm sorry," kind of apologized that she
Oh.
overstepped a little bit because
Yeah.
they basically said, "Fuck you, Dave, like,
Really.
you're shit, like you're cutting us short, whatever."
Oh,
And
And
then-
then
no,
Alex
deserve
kind of
more money.
backtracked and was
I
like,
kind of respect that though. If they think they're worth more, then know your worth and
See,
go out and get that bag.
The
if
thing
you want it,
the
you
thing
know.
with that is they were already making
But if they're shitty people, then
no, they
you
were
know.
already making multi-million dollars from the contract that they signed with Barstool.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but
Plus,
their
plus
show was
endorsements.
Uh huh.
And then they got so they were making already multi-million dollars
Like a
from
lot
that
of
show.
money.
Yeah,
Probably.
a
Who
lot
knows
of
how much
money.
they've actually made, but
And they
probably a
wanted
lot.
more from that, which
Which
was
I
their
get,
problem.
but the
because
way
they
did it- I
had
think
just
it's the way
started
they
out.
did it.
But is it what they were worth though?
I think
I
it
don't
was the
think
way they did it.
Yeah.
It kind of like it was fucked
They didn't
because
do it. They didn't.
they didn't do it the right
privately.
way.
They did it publicly.
I think
No, they did do
they
it privately.
did do it privately, but then it turned into a public thing.
Gotcha.
I don't think it was what they were worth at the time. They
It
had
might
the
be now.
potential to be, yeah. They had the potential to be worth that much money, but they thought they were worth more at the time, and
Yeah.
they just weren't because they were just starting out.
It sounds like company evaluation.
But I think
Yeah.
Call Her Daddy is like the
Sounds like a
biggest
Shark
thing.
Tank thing.
I think Call Her
Yeah.
Daddy is like the biggest show at Barstool.
Yeah. No, it is 100%.
Like it's
Mm.
probably the most moneymaker. So I mean, I don't know. I that was a long time ago, but they're still doing it. Like she's doing it by herself now.
Oh,
Voice crack.
Yeah,
by the way.
one of them.
So Sophia.
Alex does it by herself.
I
Sophia's
know
not
nothing
part of it.
about this, but I know that Alex.
I know a
Cooper
lot
got
about
very-
Barstool because I like
yeah.
am really into their stuff.
Her last, it's Alex Cooper, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's.
Is she the
was
blonde
on
one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's hot.
Yeah,
I only-
she's very hot.
I know
She
about
is.
I know about her from like her being on like Logan Paul and
Yeah.
and
Apparently she
Mike's
did some nasty stuff with him, but I don't know.
with Logan Paul.
Yeah, they were on the Dave and Josh Richards have a podcast.
Dave and Josh
Yeah.
Richards have a podcast.
That's such a random combination.
It is very
And,
random.
So I guess Alex was on it and she was like talking about how like all this stuff with Logan, but whatever.
Interesting.
You can watch it.
Probably won't.
No, yeah. But yeah, I think I don't know how long we've been going, but
We've been going for a while. We've been.
but
going
yeah,
for like an
Barstool
hour.
is. I mean, I can get why people don't necessarily like are into that, but me
Mhm.
personally, I like them a lot. I think they're fun. And
Yeah.
I would want to live in New York City, bro, because they're in like middle of New York City,
Yeah, that's true.
and that would be dope.
Yeah, I do like that. I gotta pee. Let's take
Alright.
one more break and then we'll come back with another topic
Mm.
to decide on.
Okay,
And then,
I got one more topic we can talk about.
All right, yeah. All right, and we're back. So
We took a little quick break.
took a little quick break.
We're gonna
Needed to
talk
pee.
about. Apparently, Post Malone started removing his face tattoos.
I saw multiple pictures of. him.
I haven't
removing
seen
his
it.
face
I don't know if
tattoos.
it's real or not.
It's
I
not
don't.
confirmed yet, but
It's
there
definitely
are
not
pictures
confirmed.
where it looks like they're kind of faded,
Uh-huh.
and you know that
It takes
he's
multiple times.
he's getting work
you know.
done on him. Is what it looks like.
Dude, that's like a lot.
It
to do
definitely
with your
takes multiple
face.
Yeah.
times, and also they said it hurts more.
It's painful.
Getting
Yeah.
them removed than
Oh,
it does
yeah.
putting them on.
Oh, yeah.
And putting them on your face would hurt a shit ton.
Yeah. No, he's got
So
to
I
be.
can only imagine.
He
Where
had
is
to
that
be
photo that you
fucked
sent?
up every time he got his face tattoos. Like,
Where
he
did you
could
see
not
that
have been
photo of
sober.
it?
It was just on Instagram. One of the
up.
accounts that I
look
follow.
up.
You'll have to send it to me. We
Just
can
because
show
like I followed like some of, I guess,
We'll-
fan
we'll-
accounts
we'll
or whatever.
insert it on the video.
We'll insert it on the video, but it does look like he's getting them removed. Now, what would be the motive for that? Because
it. It could be makeup for a shoot or something.
He was just-
it was like peeled off. Like I don't.
The writing was kind of faded.
The writing was faded.
Yeah.
It looked like he was getting them removed. Now, it just looked like the always tired was being removed, and not like
His whole like top of his face though was
he has one
off.
like right here.
He's got like a sword on the
Yeah.
side of his face.
And that one didn't look
right
like
here.
it was getting removed.
Yeah.
It just looked like the always tired thing was getting removed. And I personally never like I would never get that tattoo, you know.
No, I wouldn't either.
But I think that like it suited him, but also at the same time like I could see why he would want to get them removed, I guess, if it was a mistake. I don't know if it was a mistake or not,
I
but
don't know. He also tattooed his like head, like his like up here,
No,
like top
I
of his
saw
head.
With
that,
the
yeah.
that was the barbed wire.
but if he had
No, like
no.
more than that.
No, like he
like
has
he
a-
Oh
buzzed
yeah,
his
he
head.
shaved, yeah, he shaved
Remember?
his head, and then I saw
but nobody's
that.
gonna see that if you have hair.
Yeah,
You know.
still.
I don't think he'll
that
keep
hurts,
his head
bro.
shaved.
I bet that hurts so bad.
I don't. Yeah,
I'm
I
sure
don't.
it did. But I get why he would want to remove the always tired. I think that maybe his label even said like, hey,
Maybe.
Maybe,
you know,
yeah.
I think it looks better.
because I think he's trying to transition into like not necessarily being a hip hop artist. So if you're not going to be a hip hop artist anymore, maybe you gotta put on a certain image. I don't know.
Yeah.
Could
Shout
it
out
be-
Post Malone though.
could it
He
be
went
his
to
label?
he
Yeah,
went to
yeah.
Adams High School. He
I don't
grew up where we were
know
at.
if we haven't talked about this.
No, yeah.
We
Post
could talk
Malone-
about this too, like where he's from,
We're
where
big
we're from.
Post Malone
Yeah,
fans,
yeah.
not just because
He's
of his
from our
music.
hometown.
He's
His
from
music isn't necessarily my favorite, but just him as a
Yeah.
person and also him just being
His
from
his
our
dad
hometown.
follows me on Twitter. Fun fact.
I met his dad. Did I ever
he
tell you about that?
yeah, you
His
told us
dad
about
follows
that.
Me.
So
That's facts.
we've already said this. We're from the Dallas area. Specifically, I'm from Grapevine, Texas. These two
Yeah.
are from
No, I'm from Grapevine.
You're from Grapevine too.
Yeah, this guy's from
Colleyville is city right next to
Same
Grapevine.
area.
Same area. Post Malone, he moved from New York City,
No, he's
to
in Buffalo, New York.
New York, Buffalo,
yeah.
to Grapevine, Texas when he was in high school,
Yes.
maybe middle school, some
middle
Yeah.
kind of.
yeah.
But anyway, he moved to your high school.
He moved to my high school. He graduated in 2013, 2012, something like that. I was a freshman in high school in 2015. So it was a big deal when he released his first mixtape or when he released White Iverson because
Oh,
that
yeah.
shit
was
blew
crazy.
up and everyone was like, holy shit, this guy went to Grapevine High School.
I
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I heard that song was.
Oh, yeah.
That song is legendary.
Freshman year of high school. Okay, freshman year. I'll paint the picture for you. Freshman year of high school, this kid named Luke comes up to me and he said, "Hey, like, this guy just released a song. You went to Grapevine." And I listened to it. It had less than 1 million views. It was on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
And it had less than a million listens so far. And I heard it and I was like, damn, this might change the game.
Yo, we
Exactly,
need to get
dude.
him eventually, dude. If we ever got him on here, bro, that
Yeah.
would be fucking legendary.
And I heard it and I was like, damn. Like, well, and I also thought it was kind of a meme at first because it was like a song about Allen Iverson and shit. So I was like, okay, like, I don't know how this can translate into like him being a star. But obviously, it ended up being a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
The song was good. And
The song
then
was great. One of his
after that,
best.
he goes and drops August 26th.
Dude, that mixtape is so like I feel like not a lot of people know about that mixtape.
He had 2 Chainz on that mixtape.
Yes.
Yes,
He
and
is.
Lil Yachty.
Yeah.
That mixtape was
Like, that's
really,
crazy.
really
Monte,
good.
he has a song about the Mavs on there.
And then he ended up signing with Columbia Records and then releasing Stony, which
Stoney's his
in
best
my
album.
opinion, best album that he
Hands-
has released.
Hands down.
Yeah.
hands down his best
Yeah.
album that he's ever had.
Mm-hmm.
His debut album, and he skyrockets into a
Yeah.
star, an absolute star. So I think his legacy in Grapevine isn't as much as it could have been. But he was playing shows on our main street. He was playing.
That's
he
crazy,
was-
Will Hoyt's.
dude.
Yes, he was.
That is
We have this
insane.
bar called Will Hoyt's,
Yeah.
and he was literally playing shows in high school. Just playing covers and stuff on his guitar when he was in high school, and he was a nobody. And then
Yo.
he just ends up blowing up out of nowhere.
You know Andrew, the guy that you would send that photo. What's his last name? The guy you send the photo of like randomly to everybody that you found.
Yeah.
Okay, he was in the same grade as Post Malone and went to Grapevine, and he said he didn't even know who he was. Because
That's
Post
crazy.
Malone, like,
Yeah. No.
he was like kind of like a nerd.
He
or like
was-
a outcast. kind
According to him, he was an outcast. He got bullied for sure.
Yeah.
He
of, yeah.
in his Hot Ones interview, he
Go
said,
look up Leon
Yeah.
DiCino or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that video that he did. He
Oh,
literally
dude.
made that
Yeah.
for a project at Grapevine High School.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which is
his
nuts.
Hot Ones interview, he said that he wore suits like every day
Yeah.
in middle school, and he got
Yeah.
made fun of for
He
it.
wore
Yeah.
he wore like a full fucking
Yo.
Yeah.
full piece
And
we
suit.
went to Posty Fest.
Oh,
That
yeah.
the first year he had Posty Fest. Did any of y'all go to that? Did you go
I
to
didn't
that?
go to that.
Yeah,
You
I
were
went.
there. I
It
know
was-
you were there.
It was in Dallas
He-
at the at the fairgrounds.
Dos
yeah.
Equis Pavilion.
Yeah.
And he literally, like, I guess in all of his shows, he goes to Dallas. Like, he always like
Mhm.
shouts out like Grapevine. Or
He
something.
does, yeah.
And he
Yeah.
shouted out Grapevine High School,
Yeah.
and like everybody we were there was from Grapevine or Colleyville.
Yeah.
So like, it was dope.
It's cool, man. Like he's so humble too.
People see him
Humble,
like in his
down
Rolls
to
Royce
earth.
just driving around Grapevine
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah. I remember this was back in 2018. This wasn't Posty Fest, but it was his first tour that he went. This was when he was on tour with 21 Savage.
Mm-hmm.
And he was in Dallas for the tour, and he was in Grapevine with his Rolls Royce,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
that was when who was it? Someone posted him on
They saw
posted
him at
him
the
on a
liquor
story.
store or something.
Yeah, he was at Bear Creek
Yes.
Spirits and Wine,
Yeah.
and he was just chilling in his Rolls Royce.
I also have an interesting connection to him. So when the job I worked in high school was working at a baseball facility. And it was just one guy who ran the whole facility, and he taught the lessons and everything. And he ended up being back fence neighbors. So like his neighbors on the fence that was in his backyard on the very back of it.
Mhm.
The other side of him was where Post Malone grew up, and like his
Damn.
parents lived. Yeah. And so I ended up I actually like followed Post Malone's dad on Twitter, and he followed me back, and I ended up DMing him because I was like, why not? Like,
Go
it's
for
Post
Yeah.
it,
Malone's
dude.
dad.
Might as well.
He ends up replying. We have a whole ass conversation about just
Dude, his
life
dad
and,
is
like,
so dope.
And then
His dad is cool.
I was
yeah.
at Posty Fest. I was at Posty Fest at AT&T Stadium. Okay, so this big ass stadium, hundreds of thousands of people there, or maybe not hundreds of thousands, but 60,000 people at Posty Fest. I'm walking just randomly at the Dallas Cowboys Stadium, big ass stadium. Like, there is no way I should run into Post Malone's dad.
Did he
And I'm
recognize
walking-
you? Holy
You knew who
shit!
he was?
That's
walking-
crazy.
I'm walking down. I'm just walking. We were like getting food or something.
Yeah.
And I see Post Malone's dad. And I go, Rich. I'm like, Rich. Rich. He sees me. And he doesn't recognize me, of course.
Yeah.
But then I
Yeah.
tell him, I'm like, hey, like I've DM'd you on Twitter before. Like, we've had a whole ass conversation. He was like, oh yeah, like I remember who you are. And
Do you think he was bullshitting?
I mean, he could have been bullshitting, right? I
Yeah.
mean, because he
Yeah.
could have just been like, yeah, I do remember you. He could have.
Dude,
had
he's such a
million
nice guy,
conversations.
though.
But his dad is so down to earth, so genuine. I didn't even get a picture with him because, like, I feel weird doing that with like
Yeah.
famous people.
If it was Post
But-
Malone, I would do it.
Yeah,
any day,
I
but,
probably
like,
would have gotten a picture with actual Post Malone, but just sitting there and talking to his dad for like, we had a solid like 7-minute conversation, and I was just like, this really shows why Post Malone is the way he is because his dad is so down to earth. I was like, this definitely like correlates to Post Malone being like just so chill and just so like
Like-
not non-drama.
Like,
because I was
whenever
like,
he...
you like I was so surprised that he was just so willing to just stop and like have a long ass conversation with me.
Like,
you know?
and whenever he's in Grapevine, like back home, like he's never like, oh, I fucking hate this place.
No, and
he's
never
always
turn
like
down,
chill
he'll
with
never turn
everyone
down a
that comes up
picture
on
either.
him.
Which is surprising because I'm sure he got
He is
bullied in
so
high
famous,
school.
yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
sure he there
Yeah.
were moments in high school where he fucking hated it there.
Yeah.
But he's still, you know,
Shouts
he
it out.
shouts
and
out
act,
Grapevine, you know?
Yeah.
And
There was-
that's dope as fuck.
There was rumors that he was gonna perform at y'all's prom. Remember
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
That would have been
That-
insane.
that would've been
I would
crazy.
have invited myself.
Yeah.
I would
If
have
he was
came
coming
to
to
it.
y'all's prom, I would have been there. But
That
I think also he kind of got out of that. He was in that LA lifestyle. Like he moved
He
to
was.
LA, was very caught up in that, and then he said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna move to Utah."
Yeah, he lives in the buttfuck of nowhere of Utah
He
now.
lives in like Salt Lake City, Utah, and like
Damn.
I mean,
But that's cool. I
I like
respect
that.
that.
I think the reason why is just because he was getting caught up in that LA lifestyle and realized like, yo, this is just not it. For
Yeah.
me,
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
tough. LA's.
I could see LA is very like dog eat dog. Like you don't know who is real and who's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody could be fake because they could be just using you for like clout or whatever.
Yeah.
And I kind of respect it. I mean, he moved to Utah and was like, you know what, I'm gonna do my own thing.
Because
Like,
I
y'all
think,
can-
yeah.
He's made enough money to now to where he doesn't
Yeah, he
even
can do
have to
whatever the
release another
fuck he
album.
wants.
He doesn't have to release
I
another
hope he
album.
does. But
He's
doesn't
yeah,
have to do
but
nothing.
he's one of the most genuine people.
One of the
out
most
there.
genuine celebrities, I
Oh,
would
yeah.
say, because
Yeah.
he's definitely a celebrity now, and I would say one of
Definitely.
the most genuine people that could even become a celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go ahead and wrap
Yep.
this podcast up.
Rock
for sure.
this podcast.
Rock it up.
Yeah. All right.
Wrap it
We'll
up.
wrap it up here. Thank you for
Yeah.
joining us for our first episode of the Foers Podcast. Thank you for listening.
We might have other guests on next time.
Hopefully, we
will.
will have
For
guests.
sure
We're
will.
gonna rotate some of
Yeah.
our guys, but
Yeah.
hopefully, we'll have like people that we don't live with and like cool guests in the future. But
Yeah, for sure.
thanks for listening, and we'll see y'all next time.
Peace out.
See you guys.